This feels really Magic Mike to me all of a sudden. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
Now, because of Culture Casino, I'm going to have to go and change the music again.
I thought it was cyberpunky. I thought it was cyberpunk too. I think it wasn't that Magic Mike. It sounded too aggressive for Magic Mike. Dude. That's too aggressive for a strip club.
Okay, put some pasties on him and have him do the.
You get Culture on a pole. He's just swinging around it.
You know what? I did that in honor of Steven, who apparently still lost in the forest right now. So I feel like I had to comment
about it. Lost in the forest.
Oh yeah, no.
There's a Cure song about that.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Yeah, it's called Forest. Yeah. Anyway, how you guys doing tonight?
Hey, comics, are you sure it's going out? Because I'm not getting it in my tablet or like anything.
Yeah, we're live. We have people.
Yeah, there's people in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, I see people in chat, but I don't see it on the screen.
Yeah, well, that's YouTube for you, man. We're talking about things they don't want us to talk about.
I know, always.
YouTube, we know you're listening.
Yeah, that's the reason why I know I got knocked into the naughty corner of YouTube. So
See, am I being ghosted?
No, I think we're good, dude. I think we got.
Let me just turn this off.
Right. I'm not showing up on the front page, but
never. They would never put us on the front page.
Well, no, because I see like Nick Weiser streaming, Bruce is streaming, but
I was just on Bruce stream. We were talking about Odyssey, ironically enough.
Yeah. I wish they would have said it so I could like stream on there.
I don't know how to do that.
I need to figure out how to stream so I can stream to different areas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy. Yeah.
Oh, that's easy if you have a StreamYards.
Yeah, you can do it on StreamYard.
Yeah, you can do it on StreamYard.
Yeah. Real quick, because I haven't done it. Vigilante Wednesday here on another episode.
Let's go.
Of Thursday Night Throwdown. If I don't do it, like I feel freaked out. Like I am different. I am noticeably different by not doing it. I expect the energy switch into just instead of just being me sitting, it's like, oh, now I'm Vigilante Wednesday. So it's like I have to do it.
No, but dude, it's fucking great. You gotta do it. Yeah. Anyway, folks, I'm just gonna call this out. Being that YouTube has been getting really demonetization happy. My pinned tweet is basically where you can donate over at Ko-Fi, over at Stream Elements, which might be a better place to donate at in case I lose monetization. So I just want to point that out. Obviously, we also have the Dix Division merch, which I really need to include in the description of the video too, so people can go check that out.
Do you have all that stuff in the description?
No.
You should definitely put it there. And what I do is the pin tweet, because that's how I monetize without being monetized. Is because the people support the people.
Oh yeah,
shout out to the people.
That's what we do
I
too.
need to set that as a default in the description for all that stuff.
I ended up just making a docs where I save that and then I post that like this
you can set the defaults too. I mean,
you can do a default
for all your live streams and your videos.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's
so then copy and paste like a
new subscribe star supporter. I throw them in there. That way I don't forget.
There you go.
Make sure to shout them out.
That's what the smart kids doing.
Yeah. We also pin that at the top when I can remember, or comics, or Loki, or Culture, or Polly gets on my ass about it. You don't have your thing up there.
You got to get your stuff together, man.
Yeah, I hear it.
You're not on the front page though.
Yeah,
it's somebody off.
Okay, I can see you guys on my tablet, but I need to do an update on my Roku.
Okay.
Yeah, so
maybe.
I'm gonna pull up the YouTubes. Oh no, I got you on the front page.
Yeah. So I went on the tablet. Good. So it was weird because I couldn't get you on anything there for a minute. So
that's strange.
Man, we got a lot of great people already early. You had a lot of early super chats, I know.
I see that. I didn't get to those first. Mutant Bean Hammer for 5 American pesos. Tim Pool takes care of chickens. Tim Pool is thus a chicken tender.
There you go.
Chicken nuggies.
Oh, dude, that's freaking hilarious.
That's really brilliantly written.
Yeah.
Apparently, he tried to do that on Tim's Timcast stream, and it wouldn't let him. It wouldn't take his money.
Yeah.
Crazy Cat Guy for 3 American pesos with the Shiba Inu. God damn, I can't say that fucking name.
Shiba Inu?
Yeah.
Shiba Inu.
I want to say Shiba Emu, and I know that's wrong.
No, Inu. And let me tell you, Shiba Inu coin crypto is about to go bonkers.
Man, this crypto thing is pissing me off because it's like it's just pisses me
I made some money today. Let's see.
It's a dog thing. How's it going?
I haven't checked today. I know it was slow forever, and then it
well, they want us to go on the Dogecoin now, the Shiba Inu coin. I'm like, oh man, I got the money for all this, man.
Well, if you get it when it's like super cheap.
Yeah.
It's been super cheap this entire time, but I've been super broke.
Yeah,
and I haven't been able to get anything. Like I had some, I still have some.
Fair,
but it's just the whole thing pisses me off.
Got billionaire for 2 American pesos. Dicks out for gorillas. I'm offended. I'm really not. Magic Dicks XL merch on the way. Yeah. Except it would be Magic Dicks, but rather than like on a pole, he's like casting a spell. Yeah,
that's right. With his ween, you have to have a ween out to catch a Magic Dick spell. Yeah. That's what your wand is, right? That you have a magic wand.
You can stop anytime.
Magic Dicks XXX.
We all scream.
Skeletor save us
and shit. And Jack left town. That article is mostly boring. There's only like a little bit of spice in there.
Yeah,
we'll cover that. What's up, Danny? How's it going, dude?
Hey, dude. Hey, come chat.
What's up?
Let's see here.
Islington girl
for $5. Squeam? Question mark. Put men in their place? Question mark. Didn't the Dark Fate director pull the same stunt? Yes, he did. He says if you're a misogynist, Grace would scare the shit out of you, and she really didn't. Sadly, I think the normies will still flock to this film.
I agree.
They probably won't read the article that we're going to cover, the IndieWire article.
But I have a question, and maybe we'll get into it. Can this be the Marvel's official Last Jedi? And what I mean by that is the normies noticed, because the normies did. Some of them noticed that in game scene, but outside of that, they're still, there's a lot of normies just lapping Loki up. So we'll see.
That last episode was god awful.
I haven't watched it.
Episode 4 or 3.
After WandaVision, I'm done. So I'm not gonna fall for the.
The only reason why I'm watching it because everybody's like, "Hey, Jim, what do you think about it?" I'm like, "Fuck."
I don't care. It's like I'm not wasting my time. I don't have 100 hours a day. I only got 24, so I'm not gonna spend any of them watching a bait and switch. Obvious bait and switch, and that's all.
It was a complete bait and switch this last episode. So
it totally was. I mean, the funny thing too is like the only thing I was really vested in is the seeing if Lady Loki max on Dude Loki, and
they were totally gonna bang. Like,
well, here's the thing. I mean, is
that considered masturbation?
Yeah. That was
okay, and I even thought this: what if they had a kid? What kind of screwed up thing would that be? Because the spike was them falling in love with one another. That's what that spike was.
Yeah. Anyway, so to make a long story short, they had the interrupt. I was like, really?
I
was like, oh my god! Like, come on, man!
Loki incest. Yeah, exactly. Dude. So it's. I was wondering if they're actually going to go there. It's like. Because at this point, they can't condone, I guess, heterosexual relationships.
Yeah,
even if it's with Loki and Loki.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm happy to
it's
see it.
weird. Vigilant Renegade, not Vigilant
Valiant.
Renegade.
We'll always
Valiant.
get mixed up.
Valiant.
Forever and ever.
God damn
Hopefully I
it.
can get his subs.
Yeah,
eventually.
one's white,
Is that
one's
a-
black. So you know.
By the way,
Oh jeez. Of course it's fuck.
Anyway,
SJW. Go ahead.
Valiant Renegade's awesome.
for $5. God knows I always fuck this up. Good evening, folks. Looking forward to this late stream. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the late stream too. Clearly, it's already late for me.
Well, we were a little late tonight. I apologize.
Yeah, it was kind of my fault. I'm sorry. I had to go take care of my dog real fast. So.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Toxic Man Flu, Squeaming. Squeaming manhood for $2. Dick's Coin, struck your way to wealth.
That's true. if I actually create this thing, are you guys gonna effing buy it? Because otherwise, it's just a waste of money.
No, yes. Yes.
I've been wondering if you were going to do it or not.
See, that's the thing. I'm not going to buy a ton because I don't expect it to do that well.
I'm going to start it out where they started Shiba Inu coin out with like 17 freaking zeros after the decimal point and then a 1. And we'll see what happens.
Dude, it might catch on because it looks like a meme. Like, oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, so. And I'm with you, Robert. I'm with you. If you store your Dick's coin in a Vag guard, you will definitely have compounded interest.
In seriousness, if we could get FNT to promote it, it may blow up.
Could potentially take off. Oh, by the way, Danny, have you noticed that everything that we predicted came true with Loki?
I even everything that everybody said.
Well, because everything that we predicted last week actually manifested in this week's episode. The whole thing with the timeline being fixed again, and
you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate the last. Okay, I'm gonna sit back.
This is why I don't watch.
I saw the and anyway,
Disney Plus shows are they're like screw wokeness, which is already an issue. They are all like stretched out. Stretch Armstrong's you know what I mean? If you take a Stretch Armstrong,
yes, apparently my mic is too low because I just realized that my volume got reset. So sorry.
Oh, and do you know what another thing that Disney Plus thinks? It's all to bring the Young Avengers in so they can replace the OG Avengers. That's another reason.
They're not the real Young Avengers, but I know what you mean. The all new, all different Young Avengers.
That's the reason why they're doing it. If you look at every single series, they had one of the Young Avengers. And then Kate's going to be in Hawkeye, so that's another one of the Young Avengers.
Our only hope is that Black Widow is the last, like one of these movies, Last Jedi's. Fuck.
Yeah.
Black Widow will be the beginning of the. Gary was right. He was right. He's been right for a long time, but it's going to be the beginning of the MCU in a way that nobody is prepared for. The normie is going to be like,
oh, we're prepared for it, but I don't think the normies are.
We've been prepared for it. Yeah,
I want to see what the normies do. That's because the normies didn't like Star Wars, right? Like we always sometimes we give the normies not enough credit, sometimes we give them too much, but they didn't like Star Wars. But The Last Jedi did make $2 billion, almost $1.8 billion. So I think this will make a lot of money, but it could be the final straw that where like a normie say, "Wait a second, this isn't what I wanted."
Wait a second. This isn't the Marvel I was watching a year ago.
Yeah.
No, 2 years ago. Actually, this is the longest drought in the Disney MCU's existence.
Yeah.
This has been the longest between film releases. It's we're 25 months in.
And overall, outside of the beginning between Iron Man and Iron Man 2, I think this is the longest one overall.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, and I don't remember what that drop was, so it could have even been longer.
Well, if there was, and this was before the MCU, but they're kind of like shoehorning Blade in. There was Blade, but the Marvel Universe actually started with Howard the Duck. So if you think of the movies started with Howard the Duck, because that was the first Marvel movie.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but you also had movies that were not so great that came out in like the 70s, man. Like Doctor Strange and Captain America and
Spider-Man.
So yeah.
But for the big movies, it started with Howard the Duck. So
yeah, but you're gonna see. You
know I love Howard the Duck.
Look at There's gonna be a lot of really bad. We're gonna get out of Marvel 4 films in a row.
Oh yeah,
probably.
I know.
Did you see that? Did you see that lineup of how they're all boom, boom, boom? I was like, oh.
Oh, Toxic Man Flu's Squeaming Manhood for $2. Vag Wallet, perfect place to guard your dick's coin. I love this. Godzillionaire for $2. Comics Mike was set to Biden whisper stream level.
It was.
Hey, come here. I want to sniff your hair.
we did have comics ASMR for a while.
Yeah. Well, you guys just said something before we went live.
I didn't notice. I literally didn't notice, man.
I'm wearing earbuds that are like embedded in my head mostly, and so
and I gotta wear these stupid big ass headphones so I can get earbuds, and I'm sweating my ass off.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
Well, excuse me, princess. I didn't know this. That was a Zelda.
It was Zelda the cartoon.
Yeah. Zelda
he also did say that in Spaceballs, didn't he?
I think so.
Lone Star said that to her. Yeah, he did.
You right?
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah. How about that? I was thinking of the Zelda cartoon. Yeah.
And I was like Spaceballs right away. So.
Okay. Did any of you guys actually read this article?
I didn't read this one.
I felt like somebody read it to me though. Some video.
I read the other one though.
I read this one, and oh my god, this Eric Cohen guy. Oh fuck, dude! It's like you write like nobody talks.
We read this one. I'm talking about. I know who read this to me.
I went to college and got a degree in English. You spelled a bunch of big words that the plebs won't understand.
Man, this guy is such a
guy.
simp.
Fucking sounds like.
Yeah, he is.
He definitely is in debt to his eyeballs in college and student loans, and wants to make everyone know it by his vocabulary. We did cover this in the culture conference. I'm like, I don't think I read it, but someone read it to me. Yeah.
Wait, isn't this the one that showed up on Twitter too? That
this is the one.
So I did read it.
A lot of people.
This is the one that's made the rounds.
Yeah, okay,
this is the one where he's talking about putting men in their place.
Oh yeah, I was like, he can go piss off. Like,
who did he finger inappropriately to where he has to say this now? Because that's usually what it is.
Bad accents abound. No amount of fun can salvage the third act cliche of giant burning objects falling from the sky. But overall, Black Widow amounts to a satisfying addition to the Bourne Identity franchise. Of course, it's actually a solid beginning to the last cycle of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But the appeal of the MCU has already stemmed from the way it plays off existing formulas with dollops of this is what I'm talking about, dollops of spruced up action spewing throughout the 24th entry. Hits all of those beats with style to spare. I mean, fucking A, dude.
So that whole paragraph was the biggest run-on sentence I've ever seen in my life.
Lots of commas, not a lot of periods.
Okay. Oh my god, my head is hurting. You are breaking my heart. You have gone down the path I can't unfollow.
We're sorry, comic chat. We're sorry, brother.
This pisses me off more than any derogatory word I could be called. Damn. What are you talking about? This article or
Danny, we love you, dude. I don't know.
I didn't call the show woke, if that's what you're referring to. But the IndieWire, that's
listen.
That's a different matter.
That's a different matter.
Woke or not, this guy, like, he gets real like male feminist, and I just assume he's like done something inappropriate. That's what usually it is. There's a skeleton in this guy's closet.
Oh yeah, there is.
Well, there's a graveyard probably in his closet.
It's not just the Adderall sniffing that you emulated while you read it. It's more than that. It's something. Usually these guys do something creepy.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So anyway, okay, where was I with this article?
We were were on the second sentence. I mean paragraph. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's see. Director Kate Shortland's standalone adventure finds Natasha, aka I love how he says aka Scarlett Johansson rather than Black Widow, but okay.
Whatever. He's not good or smart.
Eponymous KGB killer turned Avenger hero kicking ass and what's that?
No. That's fake intellectualism because he instead of using the actual the AKA character's name, because also known as Natasha is also known as Black Widow.
Yeah,
Natasha is not also known as Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I know.
He's not good at his job. He sniffed that.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This whole thing with this dude basically being hoity-toity.
But this is as bad as the Forbes article where the guy was also sniffing the farts. But if you actually read what he wrote, the movie's horrible. Anyway, go ahead. Fuck, Jesus, oh my god.
Okay. Kicking ass and trading banter with her combustible sort of sister Yelena. I'm not going to read the actress's name. Alongside Gonzo adopted dad, Red Guardian, and his wife Melina, who is Rachel Weisz, which is I think she's playing Gorgon.
She's actually playing eventually, I think, Iron Maiden, but
Iron Maiden. That's it. It's Iron Maiden. I couldn't remember. Their playful dynamic based on a premise credited to WandaVision creator Jack Schaefer, who knows jack shit about comics, folks, as we found out from WandaVision. Yeah.
Or morality.
All those Easter eggs that you guys saw in WandaVision. Not her.
But again, not just does she know about comics, she doesn't know about human morality. She doesn't know that like kidnapping kids for months is a bad thing. So there's that.
And Ned Benson and writer Eric Pearson inject Black Widow with a spiky attitude that keeps this polished product engrossing throughout, at least until it comes crashing down to the usual busy mashup mayhem. The often mars the Marvel routine. I mean, talk about just like fucking shotgunning words.
He's smarter than you.
Polished product, engrossing throughout, at least until it comes crashing down to the usual busy mashup of mayhem that often mars
the Marvel
routine.
You know what it almost sounds like? You guys remember when you did that machine writing or the AI?
Oh yeah.
It's a guy with a big degree who's still in debt in college, still has college debt and student loan debt, using the AI and then interjecting snark where he can fit it in.
Yeah. So anyway, like Jason Bourne, Natasha and Yelena were trained killers who defected, and the movies follows a similar kind of rapid fire approach to the espionage genre as they pick up the pieces of their broken past and squabble through awkward family dynamics. The first MCU superhero movie to return to the blockbuster arena since the pandemic put the whole endeavor in jeopardy. Did it?
You spelled pandemic wrong, but go ahead.
Yeah. Gets the job done. Yeah.
Is it good or bad? Well, he making his mind up.
It gets the job done. Yeah. It's also, by the MCU standards, downright quaint. Set somewhere in the vicinity of 5 years ago, before the infamous Thanos blip snap. Anyway, sitting around since the pre-COVID 2000s, Black Widow is a light-hearted bubble of a movie from simpler times. But is it now?
Yeah.
I don't think so. And I would love for this guy to just pick a side whether he likes it or not. Like if you read this review,
he doesn't like it. This is something he's writing that is beneath him.
Well, probably above
sounds
him.
like it.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds like him. Anyway.
And here's the problem. The blip, right, is not properly referred to, but I don't care. Fucking Jesus. Go ahead.
Yeah. Given the cosmic event of Avengers Endgame seems to leave Black Widow dead as a doornail and have the statue, statue, right?
Statute of spoiler limitations.
There we go. Hang on. Let me turn this light off because it's fucking right in my eyes. Okay. Having the statute of spoilers limitations lift on that one yet. This particular one shot actioner takes place about 5 years earlier. You've already said that earlier in the timeline, in between the events of Captain America: Civil War and Infinity War. And here's the thing: he's like, you fucking already said that. He's basically kind of repeating himself. What's up, Lonzo? How's it going, dude?
Yep.
Hey.
Okay. Here, just let me lean in a little bit more. Okay. As a rift between superheroes found them splintering into factions, Natasha perhaps gets a break from all that overheated masculine egos in suits.
Oh my God. Just this guy, like this non-male, this girl, this woman in a man's body.
Look at this guy.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Whoa! Did you see the fancy that he had next to his name?
No.
What?
Back up a frame. Yeah, his name's. This is Eric Cohn. Is the New York-based executive editor and chief critic at IndieWire, where he worked in 2007. In addition to overseeing operations for IndieWire's New York film team, he reviews numerous films throughout the year, oversees festival strategy, and reports on the industry. Cohn travels to film festivals around the globe, interviews filmmakers, and managed IndieWire's network for professional film critics, the CriticWire Network. Prior to joining IndieWire, Eric contributed to the New York Times. Well,
that's a step down.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not that New York Times is much better these days.
But like all that just for some other guy to bust nuts inside of his wife, it's just like a complete waste of energy.
Yeah, sounds
because
like
somebody else is fucking his girlfriend if he has one. Maybe he has a.
Guaranteed,
listen,
bitch.
Even if he has a boyfriend, someone's fucking him too. Like he's there's whatever he fucks.
Yeah,
somebody else is fucking him.
Yeah, well, and his boyfriend's girlfriend also probably.
Yeah, concert.
So this is where he starts to get a little spicy with his review, talking about how this movie is going to put men in their place. Men are going to scream. It's a fucking movie. Okay, anyway, head for the hills just in time to get word from her estranged sister that she's needed in Budapest. Okay, to make a wandering setup short, though Natasha escaped the scheming KGB program that trained her long ago, her sister has only recently broken free thanks to the sudden exposure to a is it internet gas?
Yeah.
That brings her back to reality and eager to liberate
life. Back to reality. Back to life.
Hopefully, we don't get you copyright claim.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Liberate the army of brainwashed women forced into murderous servitude by the menacing Red Room program, overseen by bland Russian bad guy Drakov.
Red Room.
Played by Ray Winston.
Wait, a bunch of women brainwashed into murderous rage. Is this about feminism?
Yeah, well, third wave, fourth wave.
The ills of feminism that brainwash women. Is that what the KGB's been doing?
Mr. X, if you haven't heard about the whole thing with internet gas, I was just looking into
Kibble Smith.
Yeah, Daniel Kibble-Smith in his comic book, which I can't remember because it's
the New Warriors.
It was New Warriors.
New Warriors.
Very early in my YouTube career, I made a video about Mr. Kibbles. It's very fun.
Oh yeah. God damn. This article is really boring. I want to get to the spicy stuff. Let's get to the spicy
only
stuff.
A spicy sentence and a bunch of bitch made exposition to get into that sentence.
Yeah.
And there's also apparently he I guess there's some father hating of the adoptive father who's the only one who raised them, which is dope.
Yeah.
You know, shit on him for doing
yeah.
solid.
Yeah.
Bad rap.
Yeah, maybe Allison Mack did start the Red Room, Robert. I wasn't there.
Speaking of, oh no, we can't talk about that.
Can you not? If not, I'm so sorry. What can't you talk about? You can toss it in the private chat so I know not to say anything.
No, you're fine.
Dude, did they fucking censor this shit?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, did they get rid of the sentence? Like little bitches? I mean, the guy is a bitch.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, he probably sits in the corner where somebody
here we go. I
else
found it. It's right here.
Thank goodness.
So, okay, here is the fun stuff of this article. Needless to say, the movie does a far better job than the rah inclusivity gesture at the end of Endgame. To play up its feminist leanings, Black Widow not only passes the Bechdel test. Let's talk about the Bechdel test real quick, folks, which is complete bullshit. Alison Bechdel, who they named the Bechdel test after, never intended for it to be a thing. She thinks it's a joke. She started it as a joke, and apparently people picked it up and ran with it.
They did, and you know what? This is you have to have a scene.
I didn't know it started as a joke.
Yeah, it was like a joke in a comic strip or something like that.
Where two women talk about something that's not a relationship with a man that's serious. You have to have at least that in there, amongst some other things, right? I'm not.
That was the initial test, but I think it's been expanded beyond that.
Yeah, that was the initial test. That basically two women don't talk about. I think it was like men are shopping.
Yeah,
and it's like if you think about it, it's like there's things that are far more, I don't know, representative of women than those two things. I mean, a man and a woman who may not be in a relationship at all can have a conversation, and you think, and as long as they present it as a human being, you would think that would pass the Bechdel test, or it would represent women accurately.
But again, trash sandwich, because it wasn't ever meant to be used this way or at all. So it's really funny. I mean, again, this is the Gina Davis.
We covered that too.
I'm a feminist.
Gina Davis IQ. She's smarter than everyone, so she came up with her own thing.
No, she here's the thing. She couldn't get jobs anymore as an actress, and she saw that coming up. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to come up with bologna sausage.
Yeah. The thing is, like, that doesn't represent anything. Like, it has nothing to do with representation. It's just achieving whatever standard for that, like a sentence past that. You could literally have a movie that's completely like legitimately misogynistic the entire time and have like a single conversation that passes the Bechdel test. Like that wouldn't change the fact that the entire movie's misogynistic.
Well, you could have a something that passes the Bechdel test and still have it be vapid and not representing women.
Yeah, and honestly, when it comes to movies now, that's what it is. You know something I thought about? Now, I've said and we said that there's a lot of movies they won't make today. You know what you don't see that much of anymore? Chick flicks. You don't really see them anymore because women are not allowed.
Yeah,
so Mitch Roach is saying Alison Bechdel runs with it now, though. It's like there's like an article where she fucking completely reversed course on it, or was talking about how it's basically it was dumb. So if she reversed course, that's news to me, man. That is news to me. Anyway, it forces men to squirm as it puts them in their place. And again, this is coming from Danny. If you haven't bailed, this is not coming from me. This is coming from IndieWire. Okay. And again, I wouldn't call it woke. I'd call that more intersectional than anything else. Much like Loki. I wouldn't say Loki's woke. I would say it has pepperings of intersectionality in it, but in that. One standout bit finds the women neutralizing their annoying adopted dad with period talk.
That's dope. Can you believe a man wrote this? What is your goal, man, sir? Who wrote this? Like, what is your goal? And like again, why shit on the adoptive dad who only raised these two women? Why shit on him?
Because he has outdated thoughts and attitudes about women.
He kept them from being dead in like Soviet Russia. That's a lot.
Maybe he gets to clean up after his wife and her boyfriend, and that his reward is to clean up afterwards, and not in the traditional sense.
Goal.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
don't use your mouth for that, kids. You don't. you can make it if you try. You don't want to do that. Could you imagine working like 15 years in the film media industry just to be this? God.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going to make a joke about him not having a penis, but I don't get you banned off of YouTube these days.
Well, he just. Do you have if you had the fucking Ghostbusters drop, you could use that, the Ghostbusters clip.
But that's isn't that a song I'm familiar with? Detachable Peanut. I think there was one.
Yes, that was by King Missile.
Whoa, that's something yeah.
Anyway, the moment that have next to nothing to do with a plot or action makes those other ingredients worthwhile. Okay, yeah. So good job.
How could a man or a male of any kind look forward to a father being shat on by period jokes? Like, how could that possibly be? What a time to be alive. I would hate to be that guy. I would hate to have such little, like, so much self-hatred just for having a penis. That's actually sad. Actually sad.
Yeah. So this I in a raunchy comedy, I have no problems with period jokes or period talk.
Yeah.
MCU, is this really necessary? I mean, come on, folks. Is this really necessary?
Sure, like, why not? Because feminism. But the funny thing is, even though men are screaming, just like with Birds of Prey, it wouldn't shock me if the majority of the people who see it are still men.
So, the majority of people who saw Birds of Prey were men. You could actually look up the stats on that. But here's the thing. Period talk, I don't fucking care. It doesn't make me squeam. It doesn't make me squirm. I bought my wife tampons before. Who fucking cares?
Man, I think the bigger story is just that there's somebody and then we knew these people existed this week to write this article, and you can tell he really doesn't like it, as Culture said, but he's trying to sugarcoat it. It's just like, what a shill. What he just, this complete shill, complete like non-man, non-male. Not just like, who could possibly care? And what is the goal? Is the goal to make money with this film, or I guess that.
I think these days it's the goal is to lightly push an agenda.
No, and that's
I hope they push it off a cliff.
But why are you still asking that question? We've been telling you they don't care about the money part of things anymore. J.P. Morgan and everybody else affiliated. I'm not sure how far I'm allowed to go down this road on this stream, but it's all in service of this ideology that will turn everybody against each other so that they're more easily controlled. Yep. And, we're looking at this film as being a complete trash fire that was put together in a way that puts unqualified people in charge of it. And at the end of the day, the normies are going to find the end of this film and go, what?
Okay, so the Islington girl hits on the head. Periods are not funny or magical or scary. Exactly. It's just something that happens.
It's biology.
Exactly. While we're at it, we're going to go ahead and hit super chats. And I had something come in from Ko-Fi from Toxic Man Flu, so we'll get to that. Terminus S for $5 with Dick's Coin. Your bank account will now be a sperm bank account. Get a load of this guy. If this is on load, I suppose. Yeah. And I know I said this earlier. What's up, Hanzo? How's it going, dude?
What's up?
You're still here. Let's see here. Oh, he says, no, y'all are cool. I was just saying I don't like the word woke. It's a word that instantly irritates me when I hear it used. It has ruined my superhero viewing experience. I'm trying to unwoke myself. Okay.
Dude. Yeah. Me too. Man. You know what? I go back and I watch all the way up to Infinity War. It already started creeping in Infinity War, but I watch up to that point, and then I'm like, time out.
Well, they had that really stupid moment. Yeah, the girl power moment, which they called out in the article. Vigilant Renegade. Did I get it right? Anyway, for $5, this movie puts men in their place. Stay at home, cook barbecue outside in the summer, drink beer, and not spend their hard-earned money on this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it sounds awful. Absolutely awful. All right, scrolling down. Let's see. Johnny David for $3 Australian with the super sticker. Give him a big old thumbs up. Or it's an animated sticker.
Yeah, it's just an animated parasite. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay, so Toxic Man Flu. Let me pull up your chat. Consulting group at my office is out of Mississippi. Every single soy boy in our meeting is raving about Marvel TV shows. They love Loki and cannot wait for Black Widow. And let me go back because that was for $31.52.
Holy cow!
Nice.
Yeah, dude. And Johnny Davis says, hi from Western Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Do you have Elton John on your money like the Canadians do? I'm just curious.
Okay. Wait for it, folks.
What?
All right.
I was waiting for you to do that, comics. I was like, come on.
Oh, Minneapolis. He says Minneapolis. Did I spell Mississippi? Let me check it. Maybe I'm being stupid. Oh yeah, dude, that was totally me. You did put Minneapolis. That was me being stupid.
What happened?
No, I said Mississippi. It was Minneapolis.
Same thing. Well, no.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. I can't read. We already know this. This has been established. This is canon.
Yeah, it is. It's lore. So
it's lore.
You know what's also canon?
What's that?
Loki's bisexual.
What?
What? What the fuck?
Fuck.
Anyway. All right. What topic do we want to hit next? Do we want to talk about crazy ass Lori Lightfoot, or do we want to talk about the Babylon Bee article first?
What do you feel like, comics?
Yahtzee, baby. Whatever you feel like.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go for something really fucking funny. All right. This is the best. I wholly support this. A biological male just won Miss Nevada and will now compete for Miss USA. Not a joke. So not only are men beating women at their sports, they're now beating them at beauty pageants.
God, I wanted to say the joke first, but yes, women are better men, but men are better women than women. It's official. Women can't do shit. You can't watch chick flicks anymore because the feminists told you can't. So you're not allowed to be a woman. Only men are allowed to be women. You guys can't do it because the feminists like women.
Well, here's the thing I find so funny about this, and the part of the reason why I wholly support this is that this is going to destroy third wave feminism.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it is because that dude is smoking hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't. But no, that's not. One thing I wanted to, because I was away at the Black Widow. One thing I wanted to add is I really hope Black Widow's very successful, and I hope we can get another Last Jedi out of it. I hope it is an incredible dumpster fire that makes the normie say, "Wait a second, what the hell is that?" So I'm really hoping it is close to $1 billion, because that means more eyes are on it and more eyes realize what's happening, and that's a good transition to this. The more this happens, the more we have women or men in the Olympics, as you know, or I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive. I apologize. With transgender women in the Olympics, I am totally pro trans women in the Olympics. I want trans women in everything that women do, every single thing. Just take over the market.
Yep.
It's the only way people can learn.
Shay is asking, please tell me the ethnically Filipino. No, with the name right here, Cataluna Enriquez. That would be Hispanic.
By the way, I knew a smoking hot Christina Enriquez in high school. She was
cool. Shout out to Christina Enriquez.
Who was crowned Miss Nevada on Miss Nevada USA on Sunday, will become the first openly transgender woman to compete in the Miss USA pageant.
I hope they win, please.
Oh God, I would love that. Just to destroy it.
That would be fantastic.
I'm so rooting on it.
They're like, you can't do this no more. Well, I'm going to become a woman now and destroy you guys.
Doesn't it go Miss America? Is there like a Miss World?
Yeah, there's Miss USA, and then this
is slight one.
This is the third level, right? The USA, America, World. Right?
Yeah, and then look, there's Miss Universe.
Yeah, a biological male, a dude, just won Miss Nevada and will now be competing probably as the heavy favorite because woke in Miss USA competition.
I want them to win.
USA.
Men are so awesome.
Cataluna Enriquez beat out 21 female contestants to make the Nevada crown, which, wow.
I can't wait for the swimsuit contest.
Hey, man, have you ever seen Blair White in a bathing suit?
Oh, no.
I don't know who Blair White is.
Blair White is also a transgender woman. And I have to say, looks pretty damn good in a bathing suit.
Yeah, Blair White's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. She was in Tom McDonald's latest video.
I don't.
I saw that.
Videos.
Yeah, I would be super salty if I were one of those chicks who worked really hard to try and win that thing. Yeah.
Well, comics. Some of these women been doing this for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
and then they get beat by another dude.
Oh, okay. So
what you fucking deserve.
That sorry, comics just Googled Filipino American. Okay. I was going by the last name, man.
Racist.
Yeah. So, ladies, biological males are transitioning to women and beating us at sports. And now beauty pageants.
Hey, Tom. Let's see what Tom said. I'm starting to question CC's sexuality. Tom said that.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Tom, get your lily-livered. Get in here.
He's not the boss of you, Tom. You do as you please.
Get in here. You're gonna throw that shade. You're gonna come in here and do the shade.
You're gonna throw shade. You're gonna throw it.
Yeah, come on, Tom. Let's throw some shade, brother. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever, comics? Did you ever see that South Park episode with Macho Man and
Macho Man?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna compete and destroy you in all this." Like
Macho Man, yeah, be savage. The cream.
That was cracked up.
Okay, when will we collectively stand up and say enough is enough?
The cat what you find is earth.
Hey, you should have been doing it all along. I mean,
you're 20 years too late.
Yeah, I know. Like, really?
You didn't need no man, and now you ain't. Now the man is taking your damn job.
Oh man, Robert Frey is killing me. Jalapeno American.
there will be. I'm just saying this. This will be somebody that won't have to worry about losing, time off their job for pregnancy, a whole lot of other things that women have. Women's salaries are going to rise now. The pay gap.
What are you talking about? They've already been rising.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously. No, I mean, no joke.
No,
women now are actually beating men in pay.
They've been beating men for a while. That's not new. It's like a decade.
Not new.
It's more than that.
Men are going to figure this out. They're going to identify as women, and their pay is going to go.
I got too much. I can't do that though.
They're going to pull a Tootsie. They're going to be a woman at work and then be a dude all the other times.
Have you ever heard about that show, Bosom Buddies?
Yeah,
dude, I love that show. I remember that show.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and the other dude.
And some guy that nobody friggin' remembers.
Knows,
he was in
Marty
a bunch
Jannetty,
of other shows in the 80s. So.
All right. Let me get to Terminus S real quick. Terminus S for $5. Girl, we don't need your period talk in movies. We know you're bloody serious. Don't need to overact. Just do a
overreact.
Overreact. I see what you did there. Don't need to overreact. Just drop rap songs to show off your mean flow.
And Terminus S, those are bars right there. I like the word bar. Good stuff. You're already as good as Tom McDonald.
Did you see what Tom said in the chat?
Where is he needs
to get his butt in here if he's gonna mouth off.
Okay, so are you trying to say that they kind of back themselves into proving that men are better than women at everything?
And I feel for Tom right now because I love when, like, sometimes I'm just in a chat like, "Hey, you want to join?" It's like, "Oh, it's midnight," and I don't. But I would join, I guess. Since I chatted.
Well, it's kind of like us last night where me, Comics, and Culture all ended up on Woke Down's channel last night. So
yeah, I saw that. And because I was tired, I didn't say hey. I was just like, because I'm too
were you
tired
lurking?
Yeah, I was like, I saw that. I saw you guys on there because that's when I woke up in the middle of the night because I was supposed to stream with Bruce Lombardo, which I did actually. Yeah. Bruce Lombardo, Dick's Division, right before this stream. But I was supposed to yesterday, and I woke up and I saw you guys streaming, and I'm like, I'm too tired to say hey. So I'm not gonna say hey, so I don't get a link. Like, oh, hey, you want? But then again, I could have let you do it. And then if you send a link to Twitter, it's like I'm not on Twitter. I'm
gonna have to put stuff in Discord for you now. So like,
okay. So I saw this fucking Cosby to blow a gasket today. Yeah, San Jose plans to be the first U.S. city to require firearm owners to pay back taxpayers for gun violence that they did not commit. Let that sink in.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I've said this with any gun debate. What are the
potential gun violence?
Okay, you know what, sirs who have that sign or ma'ams who have that sign. If that's what you're waiting on, Tom, please pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But the laws on the books currently do not allow felons to have guns, yet they do. Right? Yeah. And they are also the ones who are going to commit most of the gun violence. So the laws that we have are already supposed to prevent them.
Just owning a gun, it causes gun violence, folks.
Yeah, this is what happens.
These fucking morons in San Jose. Okay,
when you misinform people.
Yeah, a month after a gunman killed 9 workers at a rail yard in San Jose, the city is taking steps to becoming the first in the nation to require firearm owners to buy insurance and pay fees to relieve taxpayers of the cost of responding to gun violence. Because we all know, it's fucking stupid. Yeah.
It's against the Constitution.
Well, it's a fucking tax is what they're trying to do. They're taxing. In my tweet, I said, "What's next? Are we going to tax vehicle owners for the actions of drunk drivers?"
Yeah, it's the same thought.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Listen to girl said, "Wow, whatever police that are left will be broke."
Yeah. The San Antonio City Council voted unanimously Tuesday night to draft an ordinance that would order gun owners in the city to obtain insurance and pay an annual fee to subsidize police responses, ambulances, medical treatment, and other municipal expenses related to shootings, injuries, and deaths. You know what? Why don't you apply that money to the fucking people who commit the crimes?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you get restitution from the criminals who commit these acts of violence instead of taxing your law-abiding citizens into oblivion? Sorry, because culture, go ahead.
No. Look, this stuff makes me crazy. So, there are 1,000 different problems with what they're trying to do here. But people obtain guns illegally. Most gun crimes committed with firearms.
Do I have a no shit button? No, I don't. No shit is the response to that.
But that's not a part of the...
Go ahead.
No, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say most crimes are committed with guns that were obtained illegally. I mean, that's how that works. I mean, look at Chicago. Yeah, it is. Chicago's incredibly blue. And we're going to get to an article that refers to it later. But it's just you have any place that's really anti-gun like that ends up having the worst part of gun crime. I mean,
yeah. Well, the other thing too that they have not mentioned is the fees, the cost that's going to put on the taxpayer or the people who have guns. And odds are it's going to be very expensive. And the other thing too, Tom, a lot of the insurance, most people who have insurance when they have a conceal and carry permit, it's so if they're ever in a situation where they have to use their firearm and they end up having to go on trial. So the insurance is to cover that expense. It's not to cover anything else.
No, but here's the thing. This is a retroactively effective penalty for people who own guns. You can't do that.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
You can't retroactively enforce a law, which is kind of what they're trying to do here. I think they don't realize how many different ways this isn't constitutional. Because
they already have unconstitutional immigration laws in California where they allow people to pay for stuff. Go ahead, Jay.
Moon Maiden even said this. They're already taxing people that are moving out of California. So that means Ryan's going to. So that means they're going to try to tax Ryan, and Ryan's going to stick the big fucking middle finger up and tell him to go fuck off. And then, Gary and them are going to tell him to do the same thing, So.
The thing is.
Hang on. So Toxic Man Flu is saying the insurance is not for conceal and carry. It's for being sued for damages. I think it works both ways because I do know when I went through my CC training that they typically have a rep come in to talk about insurance. And he says it's basically if you're ever in a situation where you have to use it and you have to go to trial, it's to make sure you can afford a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta get the super chats because I just had $100 one from George Bowen.
Oh, go take it, brother.
Yeah. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any of the ones that came before. Okay, so Toxic Man Flu for $2. At least WNBA will be entertaining now.
Can't wait till LeBron joins the WNBA.
He will.
Score 150 points.
Nikki D for $2. Dear God, culture. Does Loki get worse? How?
It gets worse. So, hey, George. Just want to say hi.
Godzillionaire for $2. Might as well use this pew pew. I've got insurance. Yeah. Jesus, man. Fucking California, I swear.
Dude, they just need to put a wall around that place and just be done with it.
This is actually a genius, by the way. Because guess what happens when you do this? Gun violence goes up, and then they can say, you got to do more restriction on gun violence because it's going up because this doesn't actually affect the criminals who commit it or the illegal guns they have.
All right, George Moylo for $100. First super chat. It was George. A good run while it lasted. Indeed, it was, George. I agree. The MCU is dead with Black Widow around the corner. Say hello to hedonist heroines, victimized villains, and some sympathetic activists, extras framing each scene with a round table of
menstruating
talk therapy class.
Yeah. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
George Boylo for another $100. Jeez, George.
George.
Yes. He's got the clap.
The
no heroes, no powers, no ultra-violent shootouts, happy hours, just BLM placards. Yeah. SJW shoutouts and supersize Victoria's Secrets Vixen's two-tone of marbled mayonnaise, mass dawning spandex in marble red. Keep your heads high. It's darkest before the dawn. We will win. God, I hope. Yeah. I hope so. George.
Yeah, George is right. It is always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah, and I'm hoping. Listen, if the bigger of a turd and success that Black Widow is, the quicker we are to winning. I hope this is super woke and it's super successful, so it shakes more normies loose. If let's think about what would happen if The Last Jedi was less woke and wasn't as offensive. It would actually have been worse because they would have been able to sneak a lot of this by. But it was so jarring, it shook millions and millions of people. Like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Spontaneous.
And real quick, I have to respond to George's comments.
Damn right.
Anyway,
definitely.
I had to find one that wasn't like, shut down, you big bald fuck, or something like that. Yeah, dude. I wanna see these movies like fail big time because of how terrible they are. It's like the Ta-Nehisi Coates movie for Superman that he's going to be doing. I want to see it fail. I want it to be the most wokest movie out there. Hating on white men, just so I can watch it, and just spend all this money. Come on, Warner Brothers, spend all this money just so it can fucking fail.
$500 million. Spend $500 million on that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they'll have to rewrite it 17 times. That's the other thing. You're gonna have reshoots. That thing's gonna be such a car crash. I don't.
And nobody wants to do it either.
Cruella cost $200 million.
I want them to destroy the Fantastic Four as hard as they make Ben trans, make Johnny gay, make Sue the leader, turn Reed go full out, balls out. I love the Fantastic, but I want this to just show them being how ridiculous they are.
Well, the thing is, they've already screwed up the Fantastic Four so much that it won't really impact. Normies like, this is just another shitty Fantastic Four movie. Every 5 years they make one, so cool. Yeah, but like, go ahead.
Tax Bailey for $5. Please donate to Comics Vision so you can buy some motivation and get us down. Okay, all right. Just so you know, I had the Stream Deck before Gary. I just haven't programmed it to be a soundboard.
Yeah, Did you tell me you had that for a bit? Yeah.
I've had the sucker for a hot minute because I got it when I started using the different scenes when I was recording.
OBS,
for OBS, and it just made life easier to kind of cut between them. But then I decided just to edit it in Premiere anyway. So, but the idea, honestly, when I was streaming, when I was still using the avatar, I'd flip between the different scenes because I was using OBS to show the avatars, and I could react with the different reactions I had. So, yeah,
I feel such a noob because I do all my streaming on a phone. I'm like,
hey, dude, if it works, it works. Whatever, man. Dalton uses his phone too.
Yeah.
Okay. The amount of fees hasn't been determined, but as I pointed out, odds are it's probably gonna be expensive, so they could basically tax people out of their guns. But Mayor Sam, whatever his name is, said Wednesday it would probably be a couple a $12. Yeah, right.
$100.
Yeah. It would not be charged to those who could not afford it.
What?
He said insurance have
because they're trying to
advised the
increase
city.
gun violence.
What's that?
They're trying to increase gun violence. Most of violence in general is by the poor population because you don't got money. You have a higher tendency to rob, kill, and steal. So I guess that's the goal: to increase gun violence so they continuously can complain about it.
Yeah, he said gun insurers. He said insurers have advised the city that including gun coverage on their policies would add little or nothing to typical permit cost. I call
permit
bullshit. Oh no, this is the best part. This is the best part when we get to the last paragraph. The Pacific Institute on Research and Evaluation has issued a preliminary report estimating that gun-related homicides, suicides, and other shootings cost San Jose around $63 million annually, and the city will await the Institute's final report due this fall before calculating its fees, which I'm sure are going to be fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, they're going to charge up the ass for it.
Those prices are going to go down because you're going to defund the police, so there'll be less responses to those things, and it should be way less. Yeah, they're not calculating the lack of response that they're going to be issuing as cost saving, which they really should do.
Yeah, and they mentioned self-deletion. You know what increased self-deletion? I don't know, having a draconian lockdown, which California absolutely did. So that doesn't help with that, by the way. So.
Okay, so check this out. The Second Amendment certainly protects the rights of every citizen to own a gun. What's his face said, the mayor. Told reporters, it does not mandate that taxpayers subsidize that right. That is not subsidizing the right. Okay? And
also as part of it
says we give you money to buy a gun. That's what a subsidy is. This is not subsidizing your fucking rights.
He's not a smart. This is not a smart man, and that's okay. I mean, sometimes mayors, they're the smartest person that's in the area at the moment that seems to be somebody you vote for. But it's just the Second Amendment. He's conveniently forgetting.
Shall not be infringed.
The entire thing. Yeah.
There's more in the Second Amendment than just to bear arms.
Yeah. All right. Real quick. Vigilante Williams needs to head out.
An infringement upon that right is a tax on that right.
Yeah. Indeed. But I mean, if we're honest, the Second Amendment is already infringed. It's already natural.
Oh yeah, it's been infringed.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I tend to. I'm about to get out of here, and I appreciate you having me for all these chats. Unfortunately, with the twatter, it's been a crap load. All right, I'm on the screen, so you guys are looking at me. All right, please sub to me. Most of you, a lot of you have subbed, but I haven't been around as often as I used to. So there's some new faces. So if you haven't heard of me, my name is Vigilante Williamson. I do actually switching content. I do a lot. I used to do a lot of live streams. I still will. But I'm trying to do more reviews. Check out my channel. There's interviews with Robert Meyer and Burnett on that channel and Chrissy Mayer, because me and my partner in culture crime fighting, Matt from Fireball Productions, do a show each Wednesday, the Culture Crime Fighters. So please check that out. Check out all the other stuff I do. I have like retro game streams and fun stuff. It's not just hey, woke stuff bad. We got other stuff on the channel. So please give me a sub if you haven't. Otherwise, I'm going to get to bed and probably listen to this as we go. And then just one more point about the whole gun thing. I almost disagree with you saying he's not smart. This is by design. This stuff absolutely. That they're doing, they're going to continue to attack the Second Amendment, and we'll see how far they go. It's not just gonna. This is not going to end in San Jose.
Well, no, but that's the problem. VW is it won't end the way they want it to, because at a certain point, it's going to end differently and not at all how they expect.
Culture, I agree.
I'm worried
with you
about that though. I'm worried they might preemptively do something rash first and jump the gun, so to speak. We'll see.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong.
Might be the last thing they do.
Life always finds a way.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, peace, everyone. Hey, dude. John Edgar, thank you for subbing.
Peace, brother. I'll see you tomorrow night on Foul Balls, brother.
Yeah, and I'll probably see if I'm up, because sometimes I take a nap in between work. Yeah. I'll see some of you guys in the FNT chat. So, all right, peace, everyone.
All right, we'll show you.
See you, brother.
All right.
ticket.
I know, I'm so mean. I love doing that to people.
I love that one. That's one of my favorite lines in a movie. I was one of the only few people that laughed out loud hilariously when I saw that in movie theater the first time.
All right. I love this. SJWs impersonate human beings. They are merely empty vessels of envy, wrath, awaiting a new paymaster's paycheck to point them their way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, actually, I think that scene is one of the best in the last film in the Indiana Jones trilogy.
No ticket.
Yeah. No ticket.
Yeah, I mean, and then every time that Sean Connery says "Junior,"
yeah, it's fucking great. All right, let's see if I make sure I don't boomer this when I go to share it. Because I kept doing that last night when I was talking to Nick Weiser about it. Okay, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Crime is not out of control in our city. In fact, crime is on the decline.
What city is this woman living in? Like,
Chicago.
Seriously.
This is the mayor of Chicago. So
I know, but I was being sarcastic there. So.
Let's listen to what this the esteemed mayor has to say about what's going on in Chicago.
Is that we're actually seeing a decline in homicides and shootings. Yes, sir. You sir. Okay. No. Let him ask his follow-up question so he doesn't claim that somehow we're being biased and slighting the guy from Newsmax. Please, sir, it's 6:30 going on 7. Ask your follow-up question.
Well, my follow-up question is simply this. Many residents in Chicago feel that you've lost control of the city. Now it appears as though you've lost control of the Chicago City Council. Do you owe an apology to the victims of violent crime, the thousands of unsolved shootings and murders and stabbings and random stabbings in the downtown and the south side and the north side and the west side? Do you owe these people any apology?
So once again, sir, I ask you to get these facts right.
Boop, takes the microphone.
Yep, they're like
not out of control in our city. In fact, crime is on the decline. All of our major indices showed a decline in crime, and our homicides and our shootings year over year are down.
No, they're not. They're at a 4-time high.
What weed is she smoking?
You your rhetoric, which is offensive to me and others, but I'm trying to be polite and professional.
How is her hair?
If you want to write your own narrative and irrelevant to what I'm going to say and what the facts are, then we'll just move on to the next reporter, Heather Sharon.
So
is that where?
There we go. Yeah, she's right. Crime is down, murder is down in Chicago. If you ignore the fucking statistics, because there's actually stuff from the Chicago Tribune.
Oh man,
from her own city.
Yeah, the same day numbers plus the police numbers that were released make her look like a complete fool.
Yeah, she does.
Chicago sees another spike in shootings. Oh, by the way, this came out. This is April. We have another one that came out early last month. With most killings in the first 3 months of the year since 2017. So 4-year high, not a decline. Yeah. The other one, which I'll share, actually really goes through the stats of Chicago and other cities as well, which is fun. I think this is the one. Yeah. Okay. 1 second, folks. I just want to scroll up, make sure I don't lose anything. Okay. So Chicago's rise, keyword here, rise in gun violence this year isn't unique. Other big cities, let me see if shooting. Oh, this is it. Okay. Shooting incidents where at least one person was struck by gunfire, not fatally or fatally, jumped 12%. That's 1,438 from 1,283 in the same period last year. The statistics show the numbers do not include expressway shootings.
Oh yeah, that's you know what, the numbers on that one alone is just You know,
dude, I watched a video today on Twitter. 2 guys sitting in a car filming a shootout, waiting for a freaking street light to change.
Yeah.
I was like, that was amazing.
And
like,
again,
they backed up. Like,
yeah.
in the car. I was like, oh
yeah.
So far, 2021 homicides risen 3% to 316, up from 308 at the same point in time in 2020. Primarily Chicago police statistics through June 23rd show. So yeah.
The comics, the expressway shootings are like bloody Mad Max out there, man. Like,
that is crazy.
It's nuts, and that's the reason why they didn't put that in there, because that would even just pound home the, you know,
Chicago's rise in gun violence this year isn't unique. Other big cities have seen the upticks, like you were saying. In New York, homicides were up by 13% to 204 through June 20, compared to 180 same time last year in 2020.
George, he says, let me. It's a little further down. Did I miss something about San Antonio gun permits? No, that was San Jose.
Oh, he misspoke. Yeah, it was San Jose.
Yeah. Not San Antonio. That's all California.
Yeah.
The spike in gun violence is not unique. We've been seeing this in New York. Homicides were up 13%, which is insane. Dude, I had to play that thing from Oakland where that guy was talking, where things are like up 90%.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Shootings have jumped 53% from 444 to 680. Wow. Defund the police, folks. Defund the police. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. In Los Angeles, there have been 162 homicides through June 19th, up about 26% over the same time in 2020, when 129 people were slain. Los Angeles Police Department statistics show the total number of shooting victims in LA rose from 434 to 651. Holy fucking shit. This is insane. And again, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing in California is because of defunding the police. We legit have something we could play from Oakland. The total number of shooting victims in LA. Yeah, we read that. During that same period, a 50% increase according to the statistics. This is absolutely unacceptable and atrocious. In Philadelphia, homicides and total shootings have risen over 30% and more than 22% respectively, according to the police department statistics through June 20th.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Lori Lightfoot, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't pay attention. Don't look at the stats. It's all fine. It's all fine. Anyway, let me see if I can dig up that thing real quick. It is heartbreaking, man. You guys, when you see it, the guy, the representative from the police department, you can tell he's struggling to talk.
Yeah.
It is very, very sad. All right, vamp for me, guys.
Yeah, there is. Chicago is, and David sort of mentions in the chat that there might have been, I think I recall this, but it was a little bit ago, about Chicago being more dangerous than Iraq. I think I recall this. I think we covered it with Moody at one point in time.
Yeah, I think we call it Chirac, right?
Yeah, and it's insane. I mean, to be honest with you, when you see the White House talking about, they're trying to point the finger about defund the police at somebody else, when, that's not where this thought process originated. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating for me, because I'm going, no, this comes out of areas where you have You have deeply blue belief systems that always go blue and have for 40 years or more. And you end up with just this terribly entrenched cycle of poverty, which leads to crime, which leads to all of these other events. You have they abandon the idea of community policing in many of these areas, because that's the first thing to go. It's the first thing they defund is community policing efforts. And intervention officers in educational locations,
and helping just the people in the community and everything else. Like that's the first thing to go, and then the next thing is the police budgets and everything else, and then it goes on from there.
Okay, so George is asking, has any of you read the Washington Post article this week from the former hooker and now / writer? Who wrote basically a manual on sexualizing children? No, I have not. I guess you sent me the article.
I think this is the one that George is referring to about kink at Pride.
I saw that article.
Yeah.
We actually talked about that last night.
I'm not going to pull this up, but I'll read the title. It says, yes, kink belongs at Pride, and I want my kid to see it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
I mean... I fucking hate this shit. I don't like the idea of drag queens being pushed on kids. I think that's terrible. And I've been to drag shows. I know drag queens. I have no problems with the stuff, but it's for adults. Okay. Stop pushing the shit on kids.
But that's true, because one of my favorite films is La Cage aux Folles, or The Birdcage, which was Robin Williams and I always forget his name. Nathan Lane. Nathan Lane. Yeah. And that was a brilliant film, and I love that, but that is not for children.
No, it isn't.
It's not for children. Children are confused enough moving throughout the world. They need to get the basic information of life before they start to deal with more adult circumstances and situations. You're talking about undeveloped brains, and when you start to deal with that, those are undue influences and confusion points for these kids. That's not the kind of question parents need to answer when the kids are 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. That's not what you want to deal with. It's not what you should be dealing with. You should be dealing with ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
It's culture. It's even bad that it's on Nickelodeon now, dude.
Oh, I know.
Well, that's the thing that's so fucking messed up about it.
Dude, back in our in the early 90s and 80s when Nickelodeon was, you would have never seen that.
No,
it was like Double Dare and Who's Afraid of the Dark and all this other really cool stuff that was on Nickelodeon, and now on Nickelodeon it's just like, so.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't care, but stop pushing this shit on kids.
Yeah, it's not right to do that to the kids, because give them the chance to be kids. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so George is asking me, are you looking forward to September? No permit carry in Texas. I am. There's several laws that have been passed I'm looking forward to taking effect. One, which is obviously I don't need a permit to conceal and carry anymore because of constitutional carry, which is fantastic. I already have my permit. The other thing I like about having the permit is I don't have to worry about background checks when I go and buy guns. But there's several other laws that pass as well. One, making Texas a sanctuary state for the Second Amendment. And also the fact that if a suppressor is manufactured in Texas and sold in Texas, it is no longer considered to be an FFA item. That is awesome.
Which is glorious right there.
And there are many other states that are going to do the same thing. There are many states that are already constitutional carry states.
The state I live in, Arizona, is one of the states too. So
there's many of them, and those numbers are going to go up. There are bills in place right now, just along with voting bills. Many other things are changing in some of these states because of the 10th Amendment, and people are getting involved. And you can't overcome that at a federal level.
Also, I forgot to say hi to Red Gaze.
The gays is here. The gays agenda.
The gays agenda. All right, let's get some super chats real quick, and then I'll play this video, which is, like I said, it's absolutely heartbreaking. WG for $50. Great show, gents. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, and thank you for enjoying the show. All right, Godzillionaire for $5. The Chicago crime rate is declining on a per capita basis due to all the murders reducing the city's population.
I'm not sure that's how math works.
Oh,
okay. I love it, Godzilla. That's awesome. Yeah, technically that would be a rising rate per capita. But yeah, I hear you. I love you, man. That's awesome. I love Godzilla.
Yeah, he's awesome.
My God. Mein Gott. All right, Crazy Cat Guy for $2. Shameful. That mayor is a delusional fool.
Well, I think we agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Let's see here. I know there was another one that came in. All right. Nelson the Gentleman for $2. Alas, poor Dalton. I knew him. Ian. Hashtag Space Truckers. Yeah, we'll get Dalton on again.
So good.
Dalton's a great dude.
Yeah, he is. I love the guy. Someday we will have authentic culture. I think that's coming soon. I'm gonna cut out there. Dude, I love him. It's like I have X amount of time. There's 1,000 things. So, but no, I owe him a stream, so we'll do it.
Yeah. We have to remember that the Marxists have to destroy the family to succeed. Pol Pot indoctrinated children to view parents as the enemy. And the thing that's so funny about it is, that happens in everything. We saw it with the Hitler Youth.
Yep.
So where they did exactly the same thing, which is obviously the key to hijacking a society is through the kids and changing language and all this other stuff that we see going on. Which is fucking insane. All right, let's hit this video. Make sure this is the right one. What's up? No.
Oh, do you have the merch link handy? I'm just curious.
Yeah. I saw something in chat about that. So
okay, let me go find it real quick, and I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, man, this is just man.
Oh, it is. It's heartbreaking. When I saw it, I was just like, oh, I can't. It's just, you can tell it just tears him up inside.
Oh, fucking A. It actually works. Yeah. Yay. If you go to tease.comicsdivision.com, the link resolves. Hopefully. Oh, is it secure? Yes, it is. Yes. Okay, cool. I added that in the other day when I started the store, but it wasn't resolving. Let me just put this in real quick.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, I got told that, Tiki, when I was younger too. Snitches get stitches. Yeah.
Well, here's the problem with that is we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Let me. Okay, so Primark Vulcan for $4.99. I hear one. Here's one for Perry Chan getting yeeted off Twitter. Perry did not get yeeted. He removed his own account, mainly because he was just tired of some of the bullshit that was going on Twitter. So he's on Instagram. You can follow him on Instagram. He didn't get hit or anything. It was a decision that he made. So yeah, it's sad, but I understand why Perry's doing it. Let's talk about this, folks.
Saturday night, I went out to a scene of a young man that lost his life, and a lady yelled out the window, "Do something about it." I'll start off today by saying that I'm challenged by the decisions that were made on Thursday around the budget for the city of Oakland.
I didn't realize he's the police chief.
The Oakland Police Department. But today we find ourselves in a crisis. We find ourselves reeling from a weekend of violence where we've seen 4 homicides over a 3-day period. It now has us currently at 65 homicides for the year. It's a 90% increase compared to last year. Our
90% increase.
I remember how bad it was back when I was younger in Oakland, man.
Here's the thing. I mean, gun violence, throughout the United States has been trending down.
Yeah.
Till last year when things started going up. And a lot of it is because of this defund the police crap that's going on.
shootings are up over 70% this year. Our robberies are up 11% this year.
So I want to point out that a lot of people are going to run to the defense of defund the police, saying, "Oh, how do you know? There's no correlation. It could be anything. There's a lot of things that happen. We had COVID. We have all these other things going on. It's like, yeah, I could say if none of those things were going on and it was like increased by 3%, I would say maybe it's something else, but 90%, 70%. Those are astronomical numbers.
Yeah, they're
absolutely astronomical.
Undeniable. These people are reaping exactly what they want out of this, and you have people in the business of trying to fix it, and they can't because their hands are tied, and they're at an extreme disadvantage now. This is awful.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Thanks for pointing that out. Culture. Apparently, I missed David Serta's super chat for $2. Great TNT. Thanks for the shout out, Culture.
Oh yeah. Well, I had to point it out because my name was in it.
Oh yeah. Sure. I'm glad you did because I hate missing super chats. So anyway,
1,300 robberies in this city already this year.
1,300 robberies.
Our
wow.
Carjackings are up nearly 88%. So we
good Lord,
that crime is out of control in the city of Oakland, and our response was for less police resources. I want to address a comment that was made by one of our city leaders during these budget meetings. It was referred to as a bump in the road, a speed bump, that we would go through a period where there would be speed bumps and there would be challenges and things may not go right, but we would be okay. Well, for me, those speed bumps are 65 lives so far this year. Victims who have suffered at the hands of violence, whether it's shootings, robberies, carjackings, sexual assaults. All of these crimes are not speed bumps. These are people. Far too often in these meetings.
I want to pause that right there. I mean, see how, the city council is justifying it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a speed bump. No big deal, right? No big deal. Oh. No big deal that, murder is up 90%.
It's okay. It's going to iron out in the wash. Basically what they're saying.
If anything happens to one of those city council members' families, you think their tune's going to change?
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully, No,
they're probably fine living in their gated communities. It's just absolutely disgusting, folks.
You know how much that's not true. Gated communities afford a tiny, like a slight betterment in your protection level. But yeah.
Do you remember when some of the gated communities, when all the riots were going on, people went to the gated communities, and then some of them got in them, and then all of a sudden they wanted protection. And these were people that say defund the police, but all of a sudden when they got in the gated communities, they're like, "Oh, we want cops now."
Yeah, of course. That's always how it works, man.
Yeah.
We are talking about numbers. We are talking about money and cost. I don't know what the cost of a life is, but I know not having resources makes our city less safe. It concerns me that we would ever consider that to be a bump in the road. That when you look at this screen and you see these are true people. These are people who lost their lives in this city. The violence that impacts our community every day. When I go to scenes and I meet with mothers and family members, they're not talking about numbers. They're talking about their children. This is my god sister. That means something to me.
And
I know.
I didn't know I was going to watch this again.
Yeah. I mean, just look at this guy.
Yeah.
You know, he legit wants to make his community better, and he's hamstrung by the fucking city council.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I would hate to be in that position. I really would. Because you can legitimately see that this is painful to him.
Oh yeah, it's tearing him up inside because he's got his hands behind his back. He wants to help the people, not disrupt it and like cripple them even more.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like Rob just said, that's the face of frustration right there because he's trying to hold back. He's trying to be prim and proper, be the person that's there to help protect the people, but he has so much rage inside of him right now.
Yeah.
And anguish and frustration.
Mm-hmm.
So
Saturday night, I went out to a scene of a young man that lost his life. And a lady yelled out the window, do something about it. Without the resources, it makes it challenging to make Oakland safe. And more families find themselves dealing with trauma, find themselves dealing with putting the pieces together. When the yellow tape is gone and when the streets are cleaned up, there is still hurt and pain and tragedy in our community. I hope that we can put politics aside and put public safety first. Put people's lives first before political agendas. I'm not a politician. My job is to keep the city of Oakland safe. That's what I'm here for.
More police chiefs need to come out and do this. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, I didn't know I was going to watch the whole thing again.
Yeah, sorry, man. I mean, but people need to see this. They need to see what's going on. They need to see that the defund the police is having an impact. Not having the impact that they're thinking it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never, dude. But that's not what they wanted. Of course,
we know that
they know exactly what they were doing.
Yeah,
right. Create more violence, which creates more authoritarian government. Which that's not the solution. The solution is to actually enforce the damn laws that are on the books instead of putting activist freaking prosecutors in place that aren't going to prosecute criminal activity. Look. If you stop protecting people's property, then the property crime increases. But every other crime related increases at the same time. It's always been that way.
What's up, Drew?
What is going on, gents? How are you?
Hey, Drew.
Oh, man. I apologize. I'm a bit late to the party, but I stopped by and was chit-chatting with Bruce Lombardo for a while, and then I do want to say a big thank you to our friend Rowan Ginger Raven, Kate. She put me in touch with a pretty sizable conservative publication, and really? I may have an opportunity coming up down the road. So,
dude, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Kate's awesome. So
I'm looking forward to it, and I just want to say, thank you to her. She really is a true friend and just a wonderful person. So thank you so much. Hail to the chat and. Hail to my friends on the panel. Basically, what did I miss?
Oh, you missed a lot, dude.
You missed a lot, brother.
We got done watching this video from the police chief of Oakland talking about the stuff going on, and it's rough, man. It's really rough, and we're talking about the whole thing with defund the police and how obviously it's having an impact in a very negative way.
Mm-hmm. Well, what did they expect was going to happen? You knew as soon as you defunded police, which, listen, in these democratic stronghold cities, they were having tough a time to begin with, just with the cops that they already had on hand. But when you start taking away resources okay, the crime rates are going to skyrocket. And, you know, again, this is all used under the guise of race and racism. And you know, most people here, all of you in the chat, those of us on the panel, we have the common sense enough to see right through the ruse. We understand that it has nothing to do with race at all. What this has to do with is simply going and creating, as Culture put it while I was backstage, creating the very problem that you're trying to eliminate, but you keep it going perpetually by taking away resources.
And one thing I like to talk about solutions too. If you live in these areas that are experiencing defund the police, you need to write your city council and tell them that they need to fix it and fix it now, or you're going to start voting people out. That's really your best option. Show up at the polls and vote people out. Maybe even run yourself. This is the way you fight back against this nonsense, is that we need to stop doing nothing and being spectators with this nonsense. We need to act.
I think a large problem is the fact that, you know, again, we have a problem. We have a media problem. We have an MSM problem. And, you know, the fact that they will not hold any accountability toward what is really happening, and that is the rampant amount of black on black violence in these communities, okay, because it is disproportionately a fact. When you look in most of these communities, including, you know, about 35 minutes away from me in downtown Cleveland, most of the high crime is black on black violence. It has to do with gangs. It has to do with, you know, just that general hustle mentality that they have. It puts people at odds. There are, you know, whether it be over drugs, whether it be over, you know, different things of that nature. But it goes without saying, the highest amount of crime is black on black violence. But they will not report it. They don't report it on the local news. They don't report it on the national news. They are steering away from that because, narrative be damned, they are going to stick to the one narrative. And it's so destructive because this is happening and people on the at street level understand this is happening, and people that live in reality understand this is happening.
Yeah.
But the masses that are brainwashed by all of this, you know, that seem to live vicariously through the 24-hour news cycle, they don't understand that this is really happening. And it's a shame.
Let me grab this real quick. So George is ducking out. Thank you very much, George, for coming and hanging out. And thank you very much for your super chats as well. Hail Comics Division Culture, Jed, and Supreme Heretic. And hail to the chat. Have to get going early. Brilliant minds, beautiful voices. Have a blessed and happy 4th of July. Thank you, George. See you tomorrow night. Have a happy 4th of July yourself. And have a safe weekend, man. Thank
you, George. For everything.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Thank you for being a big supporter of this community. As I like to shout your book out, like I said, we're a community that supports ourselves. And if somebody can drop a link to George's book in the chat, that would be wonderful. Thank all of you guys. I said, if it wasn't for you, the audience, we'd be talking to ourselves.
It would still be. It would still be fun, but it's not as much fun.
It's just I am so proud to see so many people out there, and so many people out there with open minds, so many people out there awake, so many people out there asking questions and asking the right questions. And, you know, hail to all of you and kudos to all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and George says, proud to support you guys always. I appreciate it, man. I'm honored that you like my content and you like my live streams, man. That's super cool.
Yeah, and have a happy 4th of July and a happy birthday, George. So,
when's his birthday? Is it today?
Tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
I am honored. All of you that are hanging out with us here tonight, all 124. I appreciate it. I really do. When I started this channel, I told myself I'd give it a year. And if I, didn't get like 100 subscribers by the end of the year, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll call it good.
I'm 6 months in and I'm like, okay, this is a thing now, huh?
It is a thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
YouTube is it's weird. Funny. But going back to what I was talking about, we need to make sure that our voices are heard, that we say enough is enough with this nonsense. And I'm a libertarian. I am very critical of the police, but I also understand that we need them. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the main thing is that we need to make sure that we let our government know that they need to fix this and fix it now, or we're going to start replacing people. Odds are you should replace them anyway, because if they voted for defunding the police, you should get them out of fucking office.
Yeah.
Well, but go ahead, Drew, please.
Well, I was going to say it's at this point. Listen, it's warfare against the citizen. They're taking away all the protections. They're taking away all the rights, and they want to push this. They're trying. They do it under the guise that they're trying to be subtle, but they're not even being subtle anymore.
Yeah.
About the authoritarian agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Because
real quick, George is saying his birthday is on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
So
happy early birthday.
Yeah, happy early birthday, George.
Because if there's any of you out there that are lefties that actually dare to think outside your bubble and watch programming like this on YouTube, well, let me tell you something. Okay, you voted for this, and these people actually don't have your best interest in mind at all. They hate you. They are using you for a vote. They've sat there and exploited minority community after minority community after minority community for votes. And they have used extremely underhanded tactics. They have used Marxist tactics. They have used tactics used by authoritarian regimes that have committed mass genocide. Okay? These are not good people, folks. But what they are doing is they are pushing this on everyone. And what is the worst thing is they are trying to construct a believable artificial reality around it so that you accept it. That is what is insidious about the whole thing.
Yep. And by the way, Drew, you have a fan here. Mute Bayhammer at Comics Division. This stream got really fracking good when you got Supreme on.
Appreciate you, Newton Bayhammer.
Yeah, Bashy Washy. Comics Division, we hope you stream more. At least I do for sure. We're planning on streaming on Sunday as well.
Yeah, we're picking up another stream. Actually, what's cool is I think Comics has agreed to show up on my July 4th stream this Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. But
now you remind me it's July 4th. I need to make sure I'm not doing something.
Yeah, Culture, what time are you going to do? I might pop over there before we do ours.
I'll try and make it, dude. I don't think we have anything going on until later. So
it's 11 a.m. PST. But no, I was going to say we've been talking about trying to get another show together for our crew because we love doing this. And
I'm gonna pop on in between making burgers because it's you and me, CC. We got to do it
all the time.
I might move the stream up an hour just to come over there with you guys for an hour.
Gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
But yeah, it's pretty funny because we were talking on Monday, and I was like, yeah, it's like Sunday. It's like I always want to do something.
Oh yeah,
like,
and I always invite you of the things.
I never want to. It's like usually in the evening because I'm like, okay, I want to make a video. No, I don't. Maybe I should stream. I don't know. It's like I want to do something, but I can't. I can't get the motivation going on Sunday to actually go and record something because I typically stream and I'm already tired at that point. Unfortunately, this week has totally sucked balls for me because like every time I tried to go and record, I had like a really late night. Yeah, and I was like wiped.
Yeah, and when you're in that condition, dude, you just don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I've been sitting on stuff that So Toxlot has done for me, and I need to fucking finish it. And it's just like, God damn it. So I hopefully, depending on what happens tomorrow, if the wife is out, I'm going to record a video during the day because I have the day off.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I mean, I suffer from the same thing, which is why now instead of doing a Wednesday video, if I can't get the material together fast enough, I'm streaming live on Wednesday when I would normally post a video. So and you know what? It's way more fun.
Mm-hmm. It is.
This is the part of the group of humans we hang out with. I have more fun hanging out with y'all and but mostly the chat. I will react to the chat. It's incredibly important, and I think it's what makes the difference in this kind of communication. Oh yeah, I heard about
this. This is funny. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, in a 6-3 ruling, SCOTUS upheld the Arizona voting provision, a ban on so-called. I love this. A ban on so-called ballot harvesting.
Dude, I was just
so-called.
No, it's actually
I couldn't believe that.
Illegal ballot harvesting asshats.
Look at the fucking framing though. So-called.
So-called. Yeah, and I was just like, really?
No big deal. It's fine.
Yeah.
And a policy that throws out an entire ballot if it was cast in the wrong precinct, which they should, because there's rules to these things.
Yeah.
Challengers argued that both provisions discriminate against minority voters.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anytime that you try to corner them and ask them how, they will throw out some. They'll regurgitate something from CRT or something along those lines and try to turn it around and guilt you into even, that you were outlandish for even asking the question. Yeah. And it's and that is the trap of the whole thing. Right. But people need to realize the importance of this ruling is it's like a ripple in a pond, because what's going to happen now is this is going to directly affect HR1 in a good way, because it will very likely put a huge obstacle in the path of that bill from seeing the light of day. And it's important that HR1 do not see the light of day, because if it does, we are screwed.
Oh, yeah. And I've been.
But
go ahead.
But again, no, I was just going to say, because they ruled this particular way, 6-3. That's not going to change. States' rights is preserved in a 6-3 ruling here, and that's actually important, because HR1 is a violation of states' rights. It's a violation of the 10th Amendment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, the funny thing is that when you hear the Democrats screeching about what they're calling it,
voter suppression.
Yeah, well, not just voter suppression, but what is that? Fuck. The shit that was going on in the 50s and 60s with the voting stuff.
Oh, Jim Crow.
Jim Crow laws.
They're calling this the new Jim Crow. A lot of the stuff that they're doing is getting rid of the stuff that they implemented during COVID. That's all they're doing. It's like
basically comics. What they're doing is they're using old playbooks in the modern day. Basically.
Yeah, well, exactly, and here's the thing: when they're saying they want to implement new Jim Crow laws, actually, what they're saying is they're trying to remove our fortification of the election. According to
that's right. I'm sorry, it's Jim Eagle, not Jim Crow.
Sorry. All right, that was my fault.
That corn pop was bad, dude.
Yeah, corn pop was a bad.
I just want to make sure that if I covered everything I said I was going to cover. Okay, so we talked about Black Widow. We talked about Lori Lightfoot. We haven't talked about Bill Cosby.
Hey, look, America's Dad.
Do we have a chocolate Jello pudding pops commercial?
Oh, you saw what my reaction was on Twitter.
Right back.
Comics.
Oh God, what is Culture going to do?
Probably get some pudding pops.
That's
or whatever the fuck he did. So I was looking into the whole thing with
Did you see the two things
with
I
Bill
put
Cosby?
in there too?
And I was like, I didn't realize what a fucking shit show his trial was.
I love the fact that people were justifying that he got out because it was racist. This was like, well, are you serious?
Here's the thing. I think he doesn't have that much time yet, and they're letting him out.
That's a dub bar. That's not a pudding pop.
It's dub bar culture.
that doesn't pass
That doesn't
muster.
count. They're slimmer.
That doesn't pass muster.
That doesn't pass the pudding pop test or the Bill Cosby
pudding
test.
pop tips are slimmer.
Delicious for $5. I don't blame you. I'd eat it too. The election was so honest. Shipping containers full of pre-marked ballots were found. Voting machines were connected to the net, and Russians colluded.
Yeah, the ballot machines were actually connected to the internet when they shouldn't. And that's when you saw that.
I didn't hear anything about that. And by the way, YouTube, to quote Time Magazine, we're not saying that those things happened. As Time pointed out, the election was fortified.
Yeah, it was fortified.
It was fortified. What's up, guys? Scar, how's it going, dude?
Sorry, comics.
Okay, Toxic Man flew for $5. My question is, how does one remember being Cosby'd?
Cosby'd? Well, you put the thing in the pudding thing, and then you give it over there to him.
Yeah. So anyway, I read the article that was put out by ABC about it, and they're kind of listing.
God, billionaire.
Oh God. Jello Pudding Pop was a bad dude.
Biden clip.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
the Biden clip.
If I was on point, I would have been ready for this.
You would have had
the Biden. Oh God.
Anyway,
God, Terminus. Oh
yeah, look at what Terminus just did.
Terminus says for $5. You know what? What's cosplay is? It's when Bill Cosby gives you. I legit think I'm gonna pass out for that one. That was.
Yeah, that one got me coughing. What?
That's a good thing I did take a sip of coffee during that one.
How dare you?
Oh yeah. Let me find Southern Bells. Newark played a different tune with the primaries this week. Yeah, I heard about that. Where the one guy claimed that there was a discrepancy, and they were already kind of the access media, not the access media, the mainstream media. I guess the access media as well. Were basically saying that he was pulling a Trump. And it turns out the dude was right. There was a bunch of test ballots that were introduced, and they had to do a recount because of that. Yeah. Great job. Anyway, back to Bill Cosby. The more I kind of looked into it, and some of the articles I read, even Razor Fist video kind of lays everything out. It's like the Cosby conviction really was a shit show, and that man did not get justice.
Yeah.
No, the trial. God, it seemed like it went like at light speed. It was like,
well, did you know there's two trials?
Do
you know that the first trial ended in a mistrial?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the second one. And yeah, so apparently they used evidence from a civil suit where basically they said that he would be immune from prosecution from his statements. So he didn't, use his Fifth Amendment rights. And what ended up happening is he admitted to giving women Quaaludes and Spanish Fly. He didn't say he drugged them. He said that he gave it to them. And so that was used against him in court.
Yeah. And not only that, they both did drugs, at least in some of the testimony that he gave during that particular thing.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
He literally screwed himself.
He did, but Razorfist broke it down beautifully, and it actually demonstrated just how questionable the patient zero essentially was when it came to getting this trial off the ground, and how all of those allegations that she made were false. And think about how many people were deemed uncredible when it came to this. And then again, I mean, the fuel on the fire here was Me Too. They just kept looking for whatever they could find. And here's the thing. For as scumbaggy as Weinstein probably is, or, definitely is, this is going to give him fodder for getting out of what he did.
Well, yeah. It's God damn, dude. I mean, some of the stuff that Razorfist played, because there was actual interviews that he showed, you're just like, damn, dude. And there was a lot of stuff that was out of context that was used to convict him. I mean, he legitimately did not get a fair trial.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Okay, the justice system right now is tainted beyond belief. We saw that come into play with, because you can make an argument. Different lines, but similar argument to a tainted trial when just looking at the Chauvin trial. If you under a microscope break down the Cosby thing, I still think maybe he creeped around a little bit, but
I agree with you, Drew.
That the guy is innocent in any capacity, but there was no evidence to prove otherwise.
But the thing is, the effect on the trial, it's part of the curse of the hypersensitivity and the Me Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this actually, it ended up somewhat kind of like starting Me Too, but you're right. It culminated around that time period, and it was definitely social pressure, I think, and the fact that the judge wanted to get reelected. No, it was the prosecutor. I don't remember. It was somebody wanted to get reelected, so he campaigned on getting nailing Bill Cosby.
And there was that, but a lot of it is like these crazy activist types. All right, they when you see things like this happen, when accusations come out, they start banging the drum with fervor to find they want their pound of flesh.
Yeah, they want to make an example out of somebody.
They want a scapegoat immediately. And then things get tainted because everybody scrambles around hastily to provide that particular scapegoat or find them a fall guy to take their pound of flesh off of. It's like throwing what you think is like the least useful person to a mob of zombies. Like, here, I don't want them to eat me, so you can eat him.
Right. Real quick, I realized I skipped one of Toxic Man Flu's super chats. For $5, I don't think the politicians making these decisions know what they are doing. I think they are being mind controlled by the CCP. No, it's back to our previous statements about defund the police.
Well, and he Toxic Man Food just had another one too.
Yeah, he had another one. That one I couldn't highlight, so this one I actually can. So Toxic Man Food for $10. It should have been a mistake. Sorry, it should have been a mistrial. In the second Cosby trial as well, there were 8 vanilla puddings and only 4 chocolate puddings in the biased jury. racism much. I guess so.
They did try to throw that out there, but that's not why that was overturned. And that's the problem, is like they're going to try to politicize it that way, and they're in the loss of face that they got in this particular, circumstance. But he never should have ended up the way he was. Justice isn't served when you are just like, oh, there's a lot of smoke. Well, our justice system requires fire, and I think Razorfist said something essentially similar, if not exactly the same kind of an idea in his video. It's these terrible activist human beings like Lori Allred and many others that create the firestorm that we exist in when maybe there is no fire to begin with.
They definitely kind of perpetuate the issue.
Yeah, I mean, and she did again. I mean, in her reaction to this, because she represented 33 of the other claims, and I'm thinking none of those claims should have or would have been presented in court or were presented in court. So I mean, it's like, there were only a handful that could have been presented. Every single thing here was beyond the statute of limitations. It was less than 30 days for the person that actually was the, again, patient zero here, that was obviously being dragged into this, right?
Yep. So, and here's another thing too, that is also very important that this Integral brings up. Beyond a reasonable doubt is becoming pointless, which is scary. And that's the key words, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt. Blackstone's formulation, I would rather have 10 guilty men go free than have one innocent person be convicted and imprisoned. I totally fucking butchered that, but you get the idea. But we're getting to the point, and I've had conversations with people, about this. It's getting to the point where they would rather have 10 innocent people go to jail as long as one guilty person is convicted. And I was actually talking about the whole subject of sexual assault with my wife's sister's girlfriend, because my wife's sister is lesbian, and we're talking about this, and she's like, what do you think? When it comes to convicting somebody for sexual assault, what do you think it needs to be? I was like, beyond a reasonable doubt, just like how it is now. It's like, I get that it's not fair, and not, and sometimes the guilty go free, but you can't fucking just jail people based off of accusations, because it will be used against you. Just wait.
Well, and that's
because the needle moves.
Yeah, it does. And here's the weirdest part of this all. Nobody is prepared for the swinging of the pendulum, right? They're trying to think that, there won't be. In this country, the pendulum swings. It's quite possible 2 years from now, that pendulum's going to swing back so hard, it's going to hit everything that some people hold dear. And you know what? I don't want that either. I'm libertarian. I want most of the bologna sausage around it all to be gone. Yeah. I am what Daenerys said in Game of Thrones. I want to break the damn wheel. I want it to fall straight in the middle, and everybody to actually have the equality and freedom and liberty, unconfined by ideologies that are outside of that.
I agree with you on that culture. Yeah.
While that's largely a naive position, it's the only true utopia that we could possibly hope for. Because authoritarian utopias are dystopias.
Well, they're not utopias, that's for sure.
They're dystopias. And look, I mean, you're already seeing it. I mean, we covered one of the most heartbreaking things, and I didn't know we were going to watch the whole video again.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's all right. It's just those things bother me, and when you see somebody begging for the permission to do their job and the resources to do their job in Oakland, I wish there was somebody in Chicago still, capable of doing the same thing, because I think that
fucking pair of balls to do the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, I think that's
the thing is, I didn't realize that was the police chief. I thought he was just a representative until I watched, because this is like the third time I watched it, and it's fucking rough, guys.
It's heartbreaking.
the human condition is looking for actual justice and actual liberty, and all of these things are part of our natural virtue structure. I mean, it's not based on some perceived bunch of garbage associated with a religion. It's what's actually inside humanity. And so we are so impressed with ourselves, I should say. We are Homo sapiens sapiens, so we're wise twice, guys. And it's one, and your anthropology background will say, basically the same thing. We reason things. We that's the first place we start. Is this makes no sense? And right now, the things that you're being told, they're trying to suppress that. That's not okay.
No, it's not. It's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
I destroyed the conversation. That's
no. I actually got something coming in from Ko-Fi from Benjamin Flinsburg. I think it's Benjamin Flinsburg. It says Benjamin. It says, "Good morning, gentlemen." Or whichever side of the globe you were on. It's like, I'm late to the party, alas. Did you see the Facebook's new snitch / STAS / Gestapo program? It's kind of funny that you mentioned that.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Because that was this is the last topic we're going to talk about tonight.
That's just crazy.
Hello, Stassi. How's it going?
Yeah, Facebook starts asking users if they are concerned about their friends becoming extremists.
Okay, that's time to get off.
Are you concerned that someone is becoming an extremist?
I am.
Well, I just want to come out and say, that yes, I am a proud fucking extremist.
We are we care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support.
And you know what?
Get support, close. I am so fucking glad I deleted my Facebook account, folks.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm trying to move everything to Discord or some other place. Yep.
Discord directly funds China, so good luck with that.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, face fucked is pretty mess up, but it's look, you know what? People should be saying get support and then name Facebook, because they need to realize they're the extremist and they're employing the very Chinese that we should be very concerned about to try to implement steps like these. The Google and Facebook have hired folks that were professional censors for China. That's not good for anywhere else in the world. I'm just saying.
And Fizchozo is taken off. He says, unfortunately, it was censored. I had to uncensor it. It says, y'all still going? Before I leave, please know I have a YouTube channel called Fizchozo. Please subscribe.
Oh, absolutely. Fizchozo has been here a lot and is an excellent supporter, so do check that out for sure.
Yes, please do. Okay, Giant Tech. I got that fucking dyslexic. Tech Giant Facebook has taken its evasive surveillance measures to shocking extremes with a set of new notifications that ask users whether they're concerned about their friends becoming an extremist, and warns users that they may have been exposed to harmful extremist content.
Man, this is when I wish we had a good voice guy here.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
Way to infantilize your fucking users, Facebook, because God forbid you think for yourself and Facebook doesn't like what you're thinking.
Well, that's the problem. It's not that this is a suggestion technique. You would use this if you were trying to convince somebody subtly of something. This is like I walk up to somebody on the street and says, "Hey, you know what? What do you think? This seems like a good idea, right? I mean, everybody's agreeing that this is a good idea. And what is the person going to do when presented with whatever you're presenting? Don't you think it's a good idea that we're now outlawing red roses because red is such a controversial color. It induces a lot of violence. What do you think about that? What is that going to do?
We see that you're friends with Bob, and Bob is a libertarian. He may have some extremist views.
Exactly. It's the same
Make
concept.
sure you call the police now and report your friend Bob for having extremist views.
Yeah. And again, I mean, this is 1,000%.
But Antifa is okay, folks. Perfectly fine. Not extremist whatsoever.
Yeah,
burning down federal buildings, A-okay.
It's an idea. They're not like an actual thing.
It's
they're just an idea.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And this is the very thing in the chat. It was said. Gina warned you about this. Yeah,
she did.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. One of the notification states: are you concerned that somebody is becoming an extremist? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support. How can we help? Hear stories and get advice from people who escaped violent extremist groups. And it is the thing that fucking pisses me off is that, they're going to paint everything as fucking violent extremism. And going back to fucking watering down words, making things pointless.
Yep.
Yeah, just like the word Nazi. Fucking hate. I hate the internet.
Do you know what I don't use?
Coffee.
No. Get fucked book. I don't use this.
Get fucked book.
Yeah, I don't use this. I look. It's this thing has been trash for a long time. It used to be a nice way to communicate with others, family, friends, share photos. Just kind of shoot the breeze. But that's not what it is anymore.
Facebook cannot MySpace itself soon enough.
I wish they would MySpace themselves.
Yeah,
but MySpace was actually decent.
MySpace needs a comeback.
Yeah, I would rather be on MySpace than Facebook.
Tom would not do this to me.
That's how I learned how to code and majorly code is through Facebook because you had to put all that technical stuff on your page.
I am telling you right now, MySpace Tom would not do this to me.
Yeah. Anyway, we've already read this.
By the way, he popped up on Elon's feed on Twitter the other day. Was talking to Elon. Yeah, because I have him as a friend on and he actually follows me on Twitter too.
Elon's a good dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw MySpace Tom, and I actually said hi to Tom because I actually when he was on my Facebook, I actually messaged him, and he actually messaged me back. He goes, "Oh, Jed, dude, I haven't seen you forever." I was like, "Yeah, man, I saw you pop on Elon's feed," and he's like, "Oh, okay."
So McCaffrey is saying that Space Hey is a MySpace. Okay. Other notifications state, Bob, you may have been exposed to harmful extremist content recently. Violent groups try to manipulate your anger and disappointment. You can take action now to protect yourself and others. Yeah. Get support from experts. Spot the signs. Understand the dangers of extremism, and hear from people who escaped violent groups.
Seriously.
Yeah, this is what it's come down to. Pastor of East River Church, Michael Foster, opened the Get Support link after being presented with the "You may have been exposed to harmful extremist content" notification and documented the associated support page. Okay. Oh, wow. On this page, Facebook claims that the violent groups use fear, anger, and disappointment to further their cause and get others to join them. Presents common arguments that it says are used by violent groups, and says hateful statements are false and oversimplified. I really can't read any of this shit. It's way too small.
Oh, I got glasses and I can't even read that.
Well, this is what happens when I use my my contacts. I'm actually getting a new prescription this weekend, so hopefully I won't have this problem.
Control scroll wheel can't make it bigger.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
My ass be blind. What arguments do violent groups use to gain followers? Violent groups can be very persuasive. They often use feelings of fear, anger, disappointment to further their cause and get others to join them. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, they're not wrong in this.
No, man. I mean, look at
Antifa.
Yeah, or
BLM.
Burn, loot, murder, Antifa, and Uncle Tifa. Yeah.
They use arguments based on these feelings to convince you that violence is the solution. Violence is never the solution. When facts prove that it is not.
But violence isn't the solution unless you're BLM
or Antifa, or you're trying to burn down a federal building in Portland. Fine.
That's mostly peaceful. Like the news guy standing in front of the burning stuff was telling us.
God, what was like one of the things that they were saying? Oh fuck. It was like a manifestation of collective rage or something like that they were trying to justify. I can't remember. It was something.
Yeah. It was everything they could to not report the actual news.
Yeah.
And again, well, what do you expect from the Communist News Network? I mean, literally. I mean, and you have Zucker still there. You know what? If David's, well, actually, I've decided we're boned when it comes to the media side of things because they all got together at Sun Valley recently to, sing Kumbaya and rah rah for the CCP. So, and of course the douche knuckles over at the WEF. So there we are.
Oh, and ABC also had to do some shit too. So the other day, so
there were active tweets the other day from supposedly credible news outlets, the New York Times and some others that were
credible. Did you just use air quotes?
Yes. Yes. And they were celebrating 100 years of the CCP. Seriously.
Yeah, ABC was celebrating it on their Twitter page.
Are you fucking serious?
I am not. No, I retweeted it. I retweeted it, comics. Yeah.
Legitimately celebrating 100 years of the CCP. And I was just aghast at this. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me?
They're like,
hang on, guys, hang on. Party? So Fury Kitten is saying, damn it. Did you know, Comics Division, you didn't just show up in my alerts or in my list, or even when I clicked on you 1 hour ago. Thanks, none of the throttling media.
Remember, I did tell you it didn't show up for me the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's why. Fuck, dude. There's that notification thing.
And I was even on the show, and I couldn't find it on my tablet or on my TV. So
yeah, thanks for letting me know, Fury Kitten. It's probably because we're hitting all the topics that YouTube doesn't want us to talk about. That can't quite ban me yet for. Yeah,
they got Crowder. So
yeah, well, there's a reason why I have the donate stuff pins because I fully expect at some point in time that YouTube will demonetize me.
Yeah.
Well,
but lately I've been winning the remonetization claims for my live streams, which is good.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Because I guarantee you, when I get to monetization level, I'm fully convinced of this. When I get to my 1,000 subs, when I get to my watch hours, and I apply for it, I'm going to get turned down.
I know we're going to get turned down too. So
they hate me beyond belief because I today I put out tweets directly calling YouTube out for pulling Wes's content, which is 100% censorship to the highest degree.
Oh yeah, I remember when
they didn't give him any good reason, but they pulled his January 6th live stream. They also pulled a video he did that was discussing possible shenanigans with certain democratic processes, and they just pulled it with no reason. But it wasn't pulling it at the time. They pulled this like months later. Yeah. I mean, you're going to pull that content down now. So there is definitely a fresh wave of censorship that is ramping up, and I guarantee you, it's because behind the scenes, the globalists are panicking. Plain and simple, they are panicking right now because they are not comfortable. Too many people are on to what is going on, and they don't like that. They are. Well,
the other thing too that people need to understand, and this is I think that the issue with a lot of the millennials out there, they don't understand that freedom is dangerous. I mean, legitimately, freedom is dangerous because when you're free to do pretty much almost anything, some people are going to take advantage of that. They're going to do bad things with it. They're going to do bad things with freedom. And just because people abuse freedom doesn't mean we shouldn't have it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And that's the reason why we're getting stuff with the Great Reset. It's the reason why BlackRock is buying up houses. We are seeing measures of control being implemented. To basically cow the populace. The elites can live the high life, but you people in the middle and lower class, you are going to be the new peasants, the new serfs. You're not allowed to have nice things. You're only allowed to rent.
Mm-hmm. Exactly it.
And this is the thing. It just totally boggles my mind. The whole thing. I always talk about this with the Great Reset. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't buy into this stuff. I always liked conspiracies. I thought they were funny. But when I was in my 20s and I listened to talk radio, I'd always fucking make fun of the conservatives talking about the New World Order. Mm-hmm. I really did. And here I am in 2021, and I fucking sound like these guys. And it's like, wow, boy, was I wrong on that. Dude. But at the same time, it's not like I'm making this shit up. You can go and look up all the stuff on the World Economic Forum's website. Mm-hmm. They have a website dedicated to the Great Reset. There is a ad agency that owns the website Great Reset, or it's thegreatreset.com. I can't remember. I need to do a video on it soon that talks about this. And they are using the Great Reset to manipulate people using ads to buy into it. It's fucking scary.
And comics, another thing, I think the reason why that certain states are being blown up, especially California, for China, it wants to buy up tons of stuff in California, dude. And so they can just move everybody in there. That's my opinion. That's not, but that's my opinion. I think BlackRock is in on that too. For California.
No, man. We will see. But the main thing is they definitely want to turn Americans into renters. Buy land, folks. Buy guns. Buy ammo. Learn to defend yourself.
Yeah.
We're getting into a very scary place in this country, and we have people that are running this country that are fine with enabling the Great Reset because obviously they stand to benefit. They're not going to be affected by it, but God forbid the little man wants to get ahead. No, we must step on them. They are the stepping stones to their greatness, which is scary. Anyway, let's continue on reading this. There's not much left of this article, and then we'll call it a day. Understanding common arguments. Remember, people have lost friends, family members, and jobs because they were manipulated into joining violent extremist groups. You can protect yourself and those you love by recognizing and better understanding some of the main talking points. Violence is the only way to achieve change. Wow, that sounds like Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
Extremist groups may say violence is legitimate, an effective way to achieve change, much like looting. Because remember that article we covered?
Oh, yeah. How many months of looting was there? Like
Well, there's somebody that they wrote a book and an article called "In Defense of Looting," and they basically called a way of people getting reparations. Yeah, violence often makes things a lot worse. Yes, it does. It doesn't lead to the outcomes the group wants. Oh, no shit. You don't say. Wow. We've only been saying this. I've been saying this.
Yeah.
Specifically about Antifa and BLM. I've been saying this for about a fucking year. God, fucking Facebook. I swear to God. Yeah. And of course, this isn't aimed at people who are the violent rioters in the streets. No, it's aimed at, the capital people. Because they're the violent extremists, not the people trying to fucking burn down Portland. Did you know that research have shown that peaceful movements are more successful than violent ones? Yeah, no shit. Tim Pool has pointed that out. A lot of people have. No kidding. Violence always subverts the movement. Anyway, about bringing social change. Violence is against the law. No shit, Sherlock. Supporting a violent group can negatively impact you and your family. I think I need to scroll down. If the group wants. Did you know that researchers have shown that peaceful movements? Okay. I see how they did that. Okay. Violence is against the law. Supporting a violent group can negatively impact you and your family. If you use violence, you may risk your freedom, future job prospects, and relationships. Again, preaching to the choir.
But it also goes back to that they want to do that credit thing. If you do
social
good,
credit.
The social credit. If you do good, we'll give you the social credit. But if you're bad, we're going to take everything away from you. So,
yeah. Did you know that many people who get involved with extremist groups see violence as a tipping point and use it as their reason for leaving? For example, Frankie was a white supremacist. Of course, he used that as an example.
Really?
Who decided to leave an extremist group once he saw the violence these groups use to hurt others, including children? Minorities are destroying the country. I guess this is one of the talking points. Some violent extremist groups wrongfully say that for the United States to succeed, its citizens should all be one culture.
It's a melting pot of every culture. That's what we are.
What about the groups, the violent extremist groups that are saying white people are destroying the country?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not them.
No, not at all. No, it has nothing to do with them. And look, obviously, we need to condemn extremism on both sides. That's my point, folks.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's right coming from the right or coming from the left. It's both. It's bad. It's absolutely bad.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. However, there are amazing benefits to diversity and minority groups, like immigrants contributing to a great deal to American society. Yeah, no shit. The founding fathers, like Thomas Jefferson in Washington.
Wait. Do you know what word they didn't put in front of immigrants?
Our strength. What?
Legal immigrants.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Very good point. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Legal immigrants. That is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For the founding fathers, like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, it was a source of pride and patriotism that people from other countries wanted to immigrate to America, which they still do today. I think that should be one thing that we always like to point out is that if America is such a shitty country, then why do people still want to come here?
Yeah, people still want to come here constantly.
When I had dinner this weekend with some friends, that they said that I can't believe people want to come to this country. And I was like, well, it's because it's better than where they're coming from. That's why they want to come to this country.
Yeah.
The problems you think we have are nowhere near as bad as they think they are. But whatever. Let's see here. For example, Washington once wrote, "I had always hoped that this land might become a safe and agreeable asylum to the virtuous and persecuted parts of mankind, to whether God damn, I can't talk, to whatever nation they might belong." And I'm pretty sure that's going to get repeated. No, maybe not.
There's so much garbage in this, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's like we're going to selectively pick out little elements here and there.
Well, of course.
And they're going, oh, the founding fathers, which we fucking hate because they were white men that owned slaves. And I actually used a bad word there, but how to all of this crap in this help center bologna sausage is essentially we're the good guys. All of these other people that don't agree with us are the bad guys. So, point out the bad guys that don't believe what we want them to believe. Thanks.
By the way, Culture, we're almost done. Once I read this, we're through.
Oh, no.
Did you want to bring up about Anna that link I posted?
Not tonight. I think
Okay.
we're already it's already running late. Hateful statements like the ones above are false and oversimplified. No shit. That's how most of this shit is done.
Yeah,
they are used by violent extremists to manipulate their followers. Learn more about how to prevent radicalization. Anyway, we have partnered with Life After Hate, a nonprofit that provides support to anyone who wants to leave hate behind and solve problems in a non-violent way. What was that?
And an alt leftist group in and of itself. God, this playbook is tired.
Yeah,
it is. It is, Culture.
You can reach out, blah, blah, blah. Keeping Facebook a safe space. Oh, sorry, place. Facebook is committed to preventing violence and discrimination. To keep others safe, serious threats of violence, as well as hate and terrorist groups, aren't allowed on Facebook. Well, that's good. We look carefully at content pages. Pages, profiles, and groups, and also work with law enforcement if we think they might be a risk of harm. And let me just shrink this back down to the usual size. Oh, there we go. These notifications are the latest of many examples that demonstrate how Facebook uses mass troves of data to surveil, influence, and censor its users. For example, included in Facebook's use of artificial intelligence, AI, to preemptively flag 97% of hate speech on the platform. Its internal hate against list, which is used to keep tabs on users, and its movement maps that gives selected partners real-time snapshot of user movements. Wow! Whoop, wrong thing. I was trying to turn my camera back on. There we go. Holy smokes, folks. That's some crazy shit. Let me go and grab the remaining super chats and we'll call it an evening. God,
by the way, Comics, I showed you that thing. That's ABC News put that out there like it's going to be something of interest. Performers take part in the show commemorating the 100th anniversary of the founding of Communist Party of China.
Yeah.
I mean, they painted it as a positive.
Yeah. And then the one I retweeted, it was "Let's Party" or something. Celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Communist Party of China.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But that, folks, is, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. The mainstream media is telling you, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate.
All right, guys, let's get through this stuff. Stone Cold Jeremy for $5. Does that mean I have to report my aunt for having too many cats? She seems to be an extremist to me in that department. Maybe.
Hey, Steven.
Cat extremism is an issue. All right, Toxic Man flew for $2. Canada will fine you $60K for hate speech. Yeah, I saw that. That's ridiculous. And here's the thing: define hate speech.
That's the problem. They can't. You know, not liking something you're allowed to talk about.
Yeah, you're allowed to not like things. You're allowed to hate things. You're allowed to be a fucking human being. Toxic Man flew for another $5. Bill Cosby, the hero we need to render Facebook helpless. Okay. If there was a joke there. Oh, okay. I think I get it now. Never mind. I'm a little slow sometimes. I'm a little slow sometimes. All right. Mr. Tickle Trunk for 2 Canadian pesos. I need to find what you posted. Which is the farting heart dog. Thank you, sir.
I love that. Shiba Inu, by the way.
I know. I'd rather have you say it than me stumble and fuck it up. Mr. Tickle Trunk for 5 Canadian dollars. Imagine thinking you're so influential in human thought that any of these rules will have a measurable or impact at all. Yeah, good point. Hubris.
People ignore them and hit the close button and say, eat a bag of dicks. This is another ad.
Sheer fucking hubris.
That's Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. Fat Steven Seagal for 2 Canadian pesos. Hey, you heard? There's an SJW voice and a
cupcake.
It's like, I'm having problems seeing tonight, folks. Anyway, super sticker from Crazy Cat Guy for 10 American pesos. And it's he says thank you.
Yeah, with a Shiba Inu dog that's going, thank you.
So I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that Fat Steven Seagal is referring to the SJW voice that I do. Let me set the stage, folks.
My ears are gonna bleed.
Amongst other things.
Well, no. Wow.
Now I got stage fright. I can't fucking do it. I have nothing to say.
Come on.
I have nothing to say. There we go. I'll turn that off. Fucking switch that back. All right.
Why? Why do you do this, Fat Steven?
Why?
Why? Anyway.
You blew it all up.
Yeah, he did.
It's like 24 when he blows it up.
Fat Steven Seagal for another 2 Canadian pesos. I literally hate $16,000. I literally hate $16,000 fine in Canada speech. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag me too. And Elizabeth Lyons comes in at the very end with yet another farting dog.
It's Shiba Inu. Farting hard. My God, it's simple. Shiba Inu.
Words are hard, culture.
Don't
be ableist. Don't be ableist. I deserve this one.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
All right. Let's go around the horn.
Hi. I'm
Hi.
I have a YouTube channel. I do.
Really?
No, I do. And I make videos. Well, not as many. Actually, I do more live streams now because more fun.
Yeah.
And I'm on Odyssey. I do a couple, if I can, at least one a week of news over there. And usually I unmute myself for the stream. That's always good.
Actually, having people hear you while you're live streaming is always a good thing.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Because I've never done that myself either. Never.
Yeah, and I haven't either. So
no, I did a 15-minute stream. Nothing. I mean, nobody heard it. I was gesticulating wildly, and people are like going, "What?" But anyway, I know.
It could be worse. At least you weren't like Jay, leaving your camera on and just have people watch your chair for like 3 hours.
Lethal did that too. Did you see when Lethal went live and he didn't know? Yeah.
No. Look, beyond all of those things, I have the mines thing. I have that now, where I have earned 9 cents on mines. So, thanks for that. And I also have the Twitter, which is also Culture. Pretty much everything's Culture Casino. If you can't find me, then I don't know. Type that. You'll find it at symbol. Sometimes not at, but just this is me. And then anyway. I have a lot of time. I have a lot of time on my hands. No, I don't. I have a lot of fun. That's what I have. I have a lot of fun doing the videos and the live streams that I do and hanging out with all the great people that I get to. But I would not be here without each and every one of you. None of us would be. I want to say thank you to all of you, George Moilo and many others that have been here this evening, that have thrown giant wads of money at comics. And, that's good. But, check out the other great channels like Jed from Pop Culture Archivist. Check out, of course, Drew, my buddy, Supreme Heretic, one of my best friends in the universe. Check out great people in the chat like Fat Steven Seagal and so many others that have their own channels that support us and support you. So thank you all very much. I can't say anything else other than I had a good time tonight and I need to take a nap.
Same here. Up next is Jed. Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, comics, and I always love coming on here, brother, because we don't get to do this over here in ours because I'm trying to start an offshoot channel so we can do stuff like that. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank George. Thank comics. Thanks Drew. Thank Culture and everybody that's been over here tonight. For like they all said, if it wasn't for you guys, we'd be just like somebody said, just be talking at parked cars. So
that's only on Monday. Today we're throwing down because it's Thursday.
Yeah, I know. Throw down, talk cars. You know what I'm saying? On anything. So
we're gonna have to come up with something for Sunday.
Yeah. So
tuck it back Sunday.
Sunday. I still haven't came up with a thing for Sunday.
Oh God, we could totally open up with the scene from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. I know we could tuck it to be we could be a Buffalo Bob there. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So, but besides that, we are. No, Eric, you're not getting any Cabal secrets. Besides that, we're gonna be probably doing a 4th of July thing on Sunday. You guys gonna do yours at night or in the daytime?
At night.
Oh, I'll be over there then. Yeah, ours is gonna be in the daytime. So we're gonna have like a public domain Sunday. We've been doing public domain stuff. And we show a bunch of like really off the wall weird stuff. And then we're going to have some 4th of July stuff and just a bunch of other stuff. And I'm on comics or I'm on cultures or, I'm on Pablo's channel. I'm all over the place. And today started my busy start of the week. So yeah, you'll find me all over. And don't forget to go over to Foul Balls tomorrow and other stuff. So.
All right. Last but not least,
bald is beautiful. Damn it.
Yeah, but I'm going that way.
Bald is beautiful, and so is Drew.
But look, you folks know me. I'm here. I'm fighting the damn information war. I am galvanized. I'm dug in. I am going to take on the globalists, like one lethal word at a time, baby, and it ain't going to be stopped. Because you know why? It's you folks in the chat. You are waking up. And you are waking up others. And collectively, we are going to continue that process. Get people to embrace that individuality. That's all that we need. And we are going to turn this tide like a mofo. I can promise you that. But listen, till then, check out my content. All right. If you come on my channel, I've got interesting stuff. I got a little bit for everybody. Okay. We've got music video reactions. I've got stuff on there for Battlestar Galactica fans. If you enjoy good sci-fi, when sci-fi was still good, when there was story involved, come and check out our playlist, the Pegasus Actual Podcast. We talk about the 2000s Battlestar Galactica. I think when we're finished with the 2000s culture, we're going to do 78, aren't we? We were talking about doing that. So, we're going to do the original after we finish up. Yep. So, make sure that you check that out if you're a Battlestar fan. Next week is a huge episode, by the way. Culture will be back for that one. It's a huge character death, very pivotal moment in the story. And if you've been keeping up with our Pegasus Actual Podcast and watching the show along with us, this is a very interesting episode. So make sure that you don't miss that next Thursday. Of course, Tuesday of next week, I'll be on with my Rogue Entertainment show, and that is the Rogue Squadron at around 6:30 in the evening. We'll have that, and then of course, also later on Thursday nights, you can find me here on my Boy Comics Division's channel, and bringing the best of Thursday Night Throwdown to you guys. And of course, every so often on the weekends, you never know, I might do a pop-up High Heresy stream, which are always good because we address pop culture, current events. Well, actually, let's be real. We address politics and current events. That's what I'm
that's what we're kind of.
There's no more pop culture.
No, there isn't.
Pop culture's dead.
We just got the pass. We just got the pass now, basically. So
it's just politics. But hey, you guys will come there and enjoy it because listen, I'm not afraid to speak the truth. I'm not afraid of YouTube. I'm not afraid of big tech. If they come after me, they come after me. If I'm on an FBI list, I'm on an FBI list. I don't care.
All right. Just want to say thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I know that people are dropping off now because we're ending, but I do appreciate everyone who supports the channel, that watches these live streams. Seriously trying to get my content going again. It's been a rough week, which is the reason why I didn't get the video done like I was hoping. So hopefully I'll be able to get it done tomorrow. But seriously, folks, I do appreciate it through the super chats, watching the content, supporting me over on Unsafe Space as well. And obviously there's Friday Night Tights, where I think a lot of you probably come from. I truly do appreciate it. It's very humbling, honestly. Just having people show up to a live stream, being over 100 people. I know that Monday's show got very close to breaking 200 people, which was pretty fantastic. And it's only a matter of time before this show continues to grow itself. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I have a great group of supporters.
Dude, the Dix division is legendary.
Yeah,
it is.
We cannot. I mean, you guys are amazing. The Dix division and the Badge Guard. Shout out. Props to you.
Yeah. And also to my wonderful panelists that I have on every week. I mean, Culture, Drew, Jed. I mean, you're all a bunch of fantastic guys. I really enjoy hanging out with you. And I just want to let everyone know that I truly do. I truly appreciate the support that all of you give me. It's amazing. So on that note, after all the gushing, if I can find the fucking outro. Good night.
Koalas in the rain, no fucks given.